welcome to the podcast, guys. First up, try and ignore that that's on.
Yeah.
There's the amount of people that go, don't worry about it. If it's shit, I won't put it up.
It's a cleverly you sat there, though.
Yeah,
you're right out of the
if I
screen,
lean this way,
right
I won't be in it.
There's so much of it in there, mate. But yeah, so what I like to do, as you probably know if you've actually listened to any, is just go with the flow, wherever the conversation may take you. Like you're in the pub.
Right, okay.
Just get on it.
You're sort of in a pub, aren't you?
Sort of, in the shed.
Little sheddy eye.
This is where I hide, mate.
Did you make a shed?
No.
This was already here, to be fair.
Oh, right. I thought you were when he done
No,
the
he did the grass.
I'm a garden.
He's gonna hook me up with a new one though when it dies. It did nearly die in the flood.
Yeah, Daryl,
yeah.
Daryl Grantham.
Definitely isn't listening.
Sheds. He might do if he's gone on my Facebook.
He might do. Did any of you see the football today?
No.
You probably didn't. You're a rugby man, aren't you?
I am a rugby man, but no, I didn't see the football either. No.
You're going to, isn't it?
We're on the 6th. Yeah, we'll go down to Twickenham.
But then he died.
Really?
Yeah. A fan collapsed in the stadium. Genuine.
Who's playing? I don't know who's playing.
Newcastle Spurs.
Oh, Newcastle. Next Man City.
Yeah, the next Man City. Yeah, we'll get on to that. But yeah, he just collapsed. They stopped the game and everything, which is really good in a way because obviously it just shows that the football players do care about the fans, which people are like.
True, yeah.
Do they?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it was one of the Spurs fans that noticed that he'd collapsed,
Shit.
or they were already working on him. They noticed and they managed to get the defib out, and it cracked on. Like.
Saved him.
Yeah.
Was that all live on TV then?
Yeah. I was sat watching it, and I was like, "Game stopped. Why have they stopped playing? It's a corner.
TV's frozen."
Yeah, and then next thing you know, you see all the players like walking off the pitch. You're like, someone died. But yeah, didn't die apparently, so that's a good thing.
Well, that's so
Jesus.
Yeah.
Come on, I've got to ask what these flags are up here.
The flags.
Yeah.
So you got Afghanistan and Iraq.
All right.
So what I did, I
That's
made sure
pretty
I brought one home with me. Yeah.
What, they're actually from there?
Yeah.
Them ones, eh? Oh, cool.
Yeah, genuine. That was from Kandahar when I went back in 2010, and that would have been 2009.
I'm glad we ain't got the
Dream
UFC,
days.
UFC people here, but there you go. Thought you was going to get him in.
Oh, you get me mates in. They're up there. Look. No, that's what I actually put. I put a post out.
Yeah.
And do you know what? A lot of people think that to do a podcast, you have to have like famous comedians or UFC fighters on. No. As down to earth as like Mason Jones is, you know. Just
to be fair, when I said we'll do this, it was pissed at the pub. It sounded like a good idea, and I was sitting at home like, oh, no, what am I going to say?
Do you know what? A lot of people do that as well.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I don't know. So I had Danny on a couple of weeks ago. He's gonna be one of the top boxing trainers. I'm just saying it now. You heard it here first. But he was like, "But I'm just boring, mate. What am I going to talk about?" He's like, everybody's got a story. A lot of people go, "Well, you probably have. You put just normal people have probably got the funniest stories going."
Yeah,
Two beers
funny
down.
stories.
To be fair, you guys have probably got some decent
To be
stories
fair,
just from
I've
the
got a
fucking
good
football.
one. I've got a good one later on. I'll bring
Later on. We'll save that for a few
I've got a
years.
good one. And it's about our cousin, Jack,
Oh, Jack,
at work. So
Jack man at work.
yeah. So Jack, if you're watching, you got it coming, mate.
You got it coming. Well, speaking of Jack, just like I said, the football on Monday nights, the 5 starting 6 or whatever it is. Why is everyone trying to fight everyone?
Brilliant, isn't it?
I don't get it. I've seen less fights in rugby, mate.
Yeah. Well, that is, rugby's quite a gentleman's game, though, really.
Yeah, it is, but you, on the pitch, you fucking lot of animals.
Yeah, that's it.
Right.
Not me, I'm good.
Yeah, to be fair.
Well, apart from you told Ollie, like, the ref didn't even pick up on it, but you was like picking at Ollie, like, don't do that. And I was like, no, the ref hasn't seen it yet.
I go against my own thing.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I just want to play football. Right?
Yeah, like you said there, with the gentleman's sport, it is. after the game, during the game, you guys are fucking brutes.
That's it. They get all their anger out. They're probably in the game.
Yeah.
You don't need to fight, do they? What's the point? They probably just crunch each other anyway.
But I was when I was playing rugby, it was always the golden rule of one in, all in. So if one person gets into the fight, you all get in it.
Yeah. To be fair, I've seen that on the YouTube. If one of them goes for it, all of them are piling in.
Did you ever play rugby?
Yeah, I played a little bit at the school. We've done that at school as well, didn't we?
Yeah.
You look like you should play rugby.
Yeah.
I'll take that the wrong way.
No.
Oh yeah, the other day someone went, "Do you play rugby?" I was like, "Oh, I used to." What were you, a prop?
It's better than saying, "Do you play basketball everywhere I go?"
I bet you get what's the weather like?
Yeah, same shit. Yeah.
Yeah, you were good at basketball, though, to be fair.
Basketball was good. Yeah, I was shit at rugby. I remember going in for a tackle with someone and just going. Dum, dum.
To be fair though, you're not really built for rugby, are you? You're all limbs.
No, not built for anything really.
All limbs.
Yeah, you
Built for dance.
Built for
you want to be low.
You're built for fucking ballet.
ice skating.
There'll be limbs all over the shop.
Yeah, I don't know.
Tell you who would be good on here. I reckon he's got some rascal stories. Is your brother Liam? I reckon he's got some. He told me he got hypnotised.
Yeah,
Like, yeah,
that's what I was going to say. I couldn't swim, and someone hypnotised me, and then I could swim. I was like, no, you probably should be pissed.
Yeah,
What?
Yeah, that's what he said. He was in the sea, and some woman come up to him and was like, "Can you swim?" And he was like, "No, let me help you." She hypnotised him. Apparently, afterwards he was swimming.
Yeah, was his wallet like as well?
Yeah,
as
his wallet was like, yeah.
He went from a non-swimmer to Michael Phelps.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, I was halfway out in sea. I bet you weren't.
He's still touching the floor.
Yeah. Still touching the floor. You fucking stand up. Definitely still touching the floor.
You're definitely not a stand up, mate. Are you?
No, I'm too short.
Same here, mate.
Yeah, I was going to say, to be fair, both. You could be part of the same family, you two.
Yeah.
Built the same, aren't we? We're built for war. You're built for dance.
I always say that if there's a war, I just run backwards.
I have heard that though, like through a few other podcasts that I listen to, and one of them is Jocko Willink. He's a ex-Navy SEAL. I was like black belt in jiu-jitsu, all that, fucking massive. And they were like, "What sort of tips do you give to someone who's getting in a fight?" He goes, "Well, don't bother." And they're like, well, I take him back because he's obviously a big hard fucking Navy SEAL. It's like, yeah, just don't bother. And if they try and fight you, run away.
Yeah.
So that's the best option I've got. Run away. If I can't, then I'll end his life. But
yeah, that's it. Yeah.
It's like you said the other week, like it's like people trying to fight. It's like it's a friendly game of football. You don't need to be scrapping on a Monday night.
Yeah.
It's Monday. I haven't even had a beer.
Everyone's got work tomorrow. We've got the rest of the week ahead of us.
Yeah, it's just sometimes some people just wind you up, don't they? The rugby's the wrong way.
Oh yeah, I do get that. It's like
you do get that, Ollie.
Yeah.
And Ollie will definitely listen to this.
Oh, good. Fucking bellend. Gonna fight everyone. Are you kidding?
He's the only one who's got yellow cards so far.
Yeah, do we get fines for that? Because he's got to pay that. So we're getting
no red cards. Red cards.
Yeah, you get fines.
Red cards get a fine. No, we don't get fines in that league, do we?
I don't know. I know on like 11-a-side Saturday and Sunday league you get fined.
Yeah.
I used to clock up a lot of those. 58 quid, my biggest one.
Jesus.
That was fighting back in the day.
58 quid.
Yeah,
I'd be skinned.
It was horrible. It was a horrible tackle that I put in to start with. It was like at thigh high level. He was winding me up. He kept diving. So I thought, fuck it, I'm going to give him something to dive on. I was going through a few issues then that I didn't really recognise, but I was going through a few issues. And I just fucking snapped him. And next thing I know, I'm having a fight with the biggest bloke on the pitch. Because back when I was about 18, 19, I wasn't a big lad. I hadn't taken my steroids though. I haven't taken any Mexican supplements. It's all natural. No, but I hadn't been like in the gym or anything like that. I was still quite weedy, you know. But being 5'6", you have a short person complex, so you're gonna try and prove a point.
Little man syndrome.
Yeah. Little angry man syndrome. Like, fucking leprechaun trying to fight the world.
You gave it a good go.
Oh yeah, it's like I used to say to the missus all the time. It's like, she's like, you ever scared of like anyone in a fight? I was like, well, no. I went, what's the worst they can do? Knock me out. That's my opinion. That's what goes through my head. She's like, yeah, but they could be huge. I went, well, I'll give it a go. I might not win.
We were saying this the other day, weren't we? We was watching the boxing. It was like the Tyson Fury fight. So it was like, would you get in there for the money? And I was like, yes. Get in there, take one punch, and then walk away.
You did that in your fight. Anyway, you just didn't get paid for it.
I knew that was going to.
But Kate said the same sort of thing. She was, well, she likes to wind me up, obviously, because she has a thing for Anthony Joshua. I was like, oh, he's lovely.
Yeah?
It's not.
No, it's not.
It's not.
Don't get me started. We'll probably lose a lot of followers.
Yeah, I'll lose a lot of followers. I don't have that many anyway. But she was like, oh, he's lovely. And I was like, well, I went, I'm better. And she went, would you fight him for me? I went, I'd give it a go. She went, oh, would you? And I went, yeah, I wouldn't last.
Yeah.
You fucking knocked me right out. But who cares? Do you boys want a whiskey?
Yeah, go on, what you got?
Do you want Jack Daniels, which is, or do you want the Japanese good stuff?
I would smash the good stuff.
Who wouldn't want the Japanese good stuff?
Yeah, I like some good.
Of course you would. Of course you would. I feel like proper Joe Rogan. I'll get the whiskey out. Just need to get some weed. But,
Same outfit, you could have bought some.
Kate would like.
What? No, I'll do it anyway.
Yeah, not that we do it.
No.
Yeah.
Not that I've ever done it, to be fair. Well, I'll tell her I did it once. Cheers, troopers.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
coming.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I did it. Well, we sort of did it in Amsterdam, but we did it through the brownies. I just started talking more than normally. Kate went really quiet, didn't say a word really, and I was just couldn't stop talking. I started messing around with the pigeon and whatnot. But before then, he was literally back. Couldn't have been older than about 16, 17. My brother got some. He worked at a pub and he got some. And he was like, should we just do it? Yeah. Neither of us could roll it, so it was one of those. You know, like in between. You rolled up.
Did you roll it for me as well?
Bloke rolled it up for it and started smoking it. And the only thing I can remember really from it was just being a bit paranoid about my feet. Because I've got quite big feet for a small person, so I'm a bit out of proportion. And Darren's got tiny feet. He's a tiny person like me, but he's got tiny feet, so like size 6 or something.
It's like me trying to balance a pencil on his leg.
Yeah. And I just remember going, you fucking looking at my feet. Why? You're looking at my feet. And that is literally the extent of my experience.
Oh, good fun, yeah.
Marijuana, yeah. You like see on like telly now, yeah, but I'm like, I didn't have any of that.
Neither did I. But it's like fantasy, isn't it? I think.
I think it's more like a look at me and do it.
Well, this time I
Shouldn't we say
feel like I'm
coming out?
swallowing like a stone or something after I've done it. It's really weird. I just sit there and that's all I feel for like the next half hour or so.
Don't really enjoy that.
I've never really been into any of that sort of stuff. It's never appealed to me. I know a few people.
Never taken drugs in my life.
I know a few, I know a few people have done the old Columbia marching powder. And I remember being around someone's house and got it. And his mouth was going all crazy and like gurning. Yeah. I was like, I remember just looking at him going, "You're a dick." Do you know what I mean? It's like, why are you doing that?
Yeah.
There's absolutely no need.
I was at a party, everyone was on it, and it's just like I was the only one just drinking. I was just like, I felt odd.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just weird, but it's like, no, I don't get it.
Have a beer.
That's it.
Yeah, have a beer, have a whiskey.
Have a beer, have a chat, otherwise you're out your head and you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the point? Yeah.
This same person did it. It was would have been Halloween. It's like a Halloween sort of party thing, and there wasn't many of us that went. It was literally probably 5 adults because it was just after lockdown, or just before we went into the Christmas lockdown, I'll say. And I swear we had the kids there, and they were doing it, and I was like, "There's kids here."
Yeah.
what
Yeah, that.
we do? There's kids here. It's like, I know, we'll have a kids' pie. Should we all just take a line? Fucking mental, some people.
Gives them energy from that.
Yeah.
To chase after the kids.
It's too much energy.
Too much
Trying to
energy.
start up businesses and all sorts.
Yeah. It's like conspiracy theories and shit, isn't it?
Oh, it can't be a good conspiracy theory, though.
Which one, though? Come on, that can be another subject.
There's a few floating around.
The
isn't there?
megalodon, just putting it out there.
The what?
The megalodon.
Megalodon?
Yeah.
You don't believe in a megalodon?
No, I do.
Oh,
Best conspiracy theory ever.
Well, of course there was.
no, still no, I reckon.
Oh, still now?
I reckon it's got to be something.
Well, they haven't explored down that deep, have they?
No, we've discovered more in the moon than we have our own ocean. I mean, so right.
That's the sort of thing I say to Kate all the time. She's like, "Do you believe in aliens?" And that? I'm like, "Oh yeah." She was like, "Why?" I went, "Well, just look at the ocean. That's its own fucking planet, as it is.
Yeah.
I know it's not an actual planet, it's part of our planet, but you go down there and you're like, well, that's a fucking weird fish.
Yeah.
And a giant, yeah.
What's the one with the light bulb?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the one.
Evolution's brilliant, isn't it?
I know it's only like the size of your thumb or something like that, aren't they?
Some of them are like really small, but like
And then you get some bigger ones, yeah.
ginormous fucking.
Well, the ones with the bulb.
Yeah.
That
With
sort of
the
thing.
actual like fucking teeth like that.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I like watching that shit. It's good.
Tell you what's been good at the minute on BBC is that it's like called The Mating Game or something, and it's basically it's David Attenborough's filming. Stannard, he's brilliant, isn't he?
Yeah.
Someone wrap him up in bubble wrap.
Freezing.
But it's literally all about animal and like their mating rituals and things like that. And you see all these different animals, and birds are so capped, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
As in birds, not female.
Yeah.
Birds. Like they have like the big fucking feathers, and they're like, "Look at me."
It's always a male, isn't it?
Yeah, the male is like, "Look at me, I'm so gay," but it's like not. He's trying to get his end away.
No offense to guys.
No offense. No offense. But then you look at the animal kingdom, and it's literally rape, though. I'm not poking fun or having to go at anyone that's had that sort of problem, but it is. They come up and they put their dick in and they fuck, and then they fuck off, and then they go get another bird, and it's like it's just mental because we can't do that. We couldn't go to a bird and go, "I'm having you later." It's just not going to happen.
Not what it looks like this.
Show your feathers. Yeah. Show your feathers.
Yeah,
if you're Brad
but
Pitt
them
or something.
like flashing their it's like getting their dick out. Isn't it? We're gonna wanna go on it. Nope.
You're generous.
I saw. I think it was yeah. The best one I saw. The best one I saw was the kangaroos. So the kangaroos were posturing. So you had like the two big alpha males that were like, "I want that bird there. I want that female kangaroo, and she's mine." The other was like, "All right, mate, you want to fight about it?" So they're having a fight, and there's this little scrawny one that just like rocks up and goes, "Fancy a bit," and she's like, "Yeah, come on." And he hops on. And it's like he says something like, "These little rascal kangaroos this is how they keep their gene line going. Is they sneak up while the other two were having a scrap."
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's literally how a lot of people pull birds back in the old days. It's like the two alpha males are like, "I'm going to take her over." "No, let's fight." And they're fighting, and the other one's like, "I've got some whiskey at home. Is he coming back to my shed?" But yeah, it's good.
I did not expect it to go that far that quickly.
No, I might give it a watch.
It's good. It's good. It's good. It is good. I love anything David Attenborough. I didn't get my words out.
He's brilliant.
Yeah, I did.
It's funny how that led on to that. Where did that come from?
Conspiracy theories, talking about animals,
Oh, yeah,
and then
of course, yeah.
I
And then went to
started
kangaroos.
talking about kangaroos having a fight and other birds that are camp raping other birds.
Yeah.
Whew. Cancel culture. Do you see?
I ain't got much input on that one.
Dave Chappelle. They're trying to cancel him on Netflix.
No.
The stand-up comedian. Apparently, he's told like a trans joke. Yeah, and they've gone. I'm outraged. Cancel him for telling a joke. It's a joke. You can't tell jokes anymore because people.
Well,
will
apart
cry.
from Ricky Gervais, he seems to get away with it.
Well, he just doesn't give a fuck anyway.
No, he's brilliant.
I honestly don't think Ricky would give a shit if he got cancelled.
No,
he's like, "We see all my money." Okay,
that's it. Yeah,
who cares?
But he's brilliant.
He's a good actor as well, though, hasn't he? Done that. What was that one he done? The sad one. It was like
Afterlife.
Yeah,
right. No word of a lie. I've gone from
good
moments in that Afterlife where I've been pissing my pants laughing to then actually crying.
Yeah, it was good.
I'm. It might have been when I was just coming off my antidepressant pills, and my fucking emotions were all over the shop anyway. They were like up and down, and there's
weird dreams and
there's a bit where he's my dreams are and there's a bit where he's having a go at his having a bit of banter with his missus because he's just had a head shaved or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, you're my little Kojak," or whatever. And starts off rubbing her head, and then he goes, "You're so beautiful." And I was like, "Oh God!" I was like, and Kate was like, "What are you doing?" I went, "Oh no, it's just something I would do to you if it was me." And she was like, "You crying?" I went, "Yeah."
I've got to watch that again. The only bit I remember that is the ginger kid. He shouts over the radio.
Pedo. Well, even if I was, I wouldn't go after you, you chubby little fat.
Brilliant. Yeah, I need to watch that again.
But yeah, they're all up in arms. I haven't seen it, but I also think it's quite good on Netflix part because obviously Netflix have gone because apparently a load of their staff are like, "Oh, we're gonna walk out." Like, walk out then. We'll get more people in to take your place. We're a $1 billion company.
Yeah, you're expendable, really. Yeah, aren't you?
And it's like, and by the way, you talking about the special, his comedy special, is going to make average Joe go, "I'm going to fucking watch that just to see what he's fucking going on about."
That's it. Now I want to watch it. I hadn't even heard of it, but now I want to watch it.
Yeah.
It's mad, this cancel culture.
Yeah.
Because
it's too far, isn't it?
It does go too far as well. Because
you have that, and then you have that. What did we start watching the other day? Squid Game.
That's awful, isn't it?
Oh my God, it's bad. But how can you not be able to tell a joke but then show people getting shot in the head by a big dummy?
Well, there was that thing not long ago I heard about that new Halloween trailer. People were trying to get it cancelled because it was too graphic. You're like, well, don't watch it.
Yeah.
No one's force feeding you.
You smashed the nail on there, Dad. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Don't listen to it.
Turn it off.
And you can't even watch that trailer because I tried to watch it the other day and it was like you have to verify you're over 18 on YouTube. So I was just like how you can't watch it unless you specifically go to watch it.
Yeah.
So
and that's the thing that Ricky Gervais always says. The thing about being offended is it's personal to you.
Yeah.
It's like I could be offended that you're drinking a can of Bud. I'm going to be outraged at that, but everyone else is like, "What about?" So
it could have been Stella.
Could have been.
To be fair, New Shop Village didn't have a lot in there.
No, I didn't even know
it does look posh though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's in it. It's
good. Little sliding doors and everything.
Yeah, mate, proper shop. I'm never going to come out of Eccles only for work. Work home.
That is
shop.
proper. That is 100% village life. That now.
Yeah.
We don't leave the village.
I'm like Caleb off of Clarkson's Farm.
It's good that. Well, when they sent him to fucking London.
Yeah. What are you bibbing at, dickhead?
I still haven't actually seen that.
Have you not?
It's actually really good. I didn't think because sometimes Clarkson annoys me, but then I watched that and I was like, "It's brilliant." But I also know I love the fact that you're going to get some eco warriors that are going to hate it.
I had loads of hate from the village, didn't
he?
Because
he's got a big fucking Lamborghini tractor and all that.
Yeah, they hated him, but then when he done the shop,
Oh yeah,
and
they made
loads of
the
people.
yeah.
So all them people, they've gone to this shop to meet Jeremy Clarkson, and then where have they gone? They've gone to the local pub. So it's drawing in loads of money in the village, and then they started to like him again. And it's just like
money talks. That's a good
talks,
quick segue, isn't it? Is the old fucking insulating Britain brigade.
I don't even start.
I want to start you on it.
40 minutes of traffic I sat in that the other day.
Did you?
Did you stuck in it?
Yeah. Well, no.
Did you run anyone over?
No, we weren't actually up front, but it was just the backlash from it.
I don't get it though, because it's for insulating people's houses.
What?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is
That's
it?
what they're
Did you not know that?
Why are they stopping the cars then? What?
Yeah,
What's all that
exactly.
about? I thought it was like the global about stopping the cars and like.
No.
Insulating Britain is to get more
Houses
housing insulation. So what they do is they stop cars.
And sit there on.
Yeah, so they stop people that might be insulating people's houses.
I saw one, and this lady, the reporter went over and was like talking to one of the drivers, and he was like, "Oh, I'm really, we didn't swear. He was like, I'm really annoyed. Now, why is that?" And he was like, "I was on my way to a job interview." She was like, "Oh, what job?" And he went, "HGV driver." Something that we actually need at the minute, and he couldn't go and get a fucking job interview because this fucking hippie still on his parents' trust fund.
I don't know how true it is, but apparently someone died because the ambulance couldn't get through. They had a stroke, left it too long.
Because they did bring in some new laws actually. Yeah, I'm sure.
They did. They brought in new laws that they can actually arrest them now, which I'm all for, like the right to protest.
Yeah, of course,
But don't be a dick.
Yeah, you just
it's like a couple of years back when we first got into this fucking lockdown shit. You had the Black Lives Matter protests, and there was other protests, and they started like defacing statues and shit. It's like, why are you doing that? That takes away the focus from the actual talking point.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, you're making a big thing about it, and not for the right reason.
Yeah,
and what's the point? There's no point in like you got to learn from history. You don't just destroy it because it doesn't offend you. You got to learn from it, surely.
Exactly, and I also.
That's what Auschwitz is still about, because people go visit and learn and.
Yeah, if you go right, here's a quick one for you though. If you go and visit Auschwitz, don't go taking selfies.
No, that's it. You've got to be respectful.
I know someone that went there and it was like, check where I am. It's like, oh, yeah, playground of death.
Nice.
Fantastic.
No, you've got to respect it, but that's it. History, respect it.
Yeah. I just saw that.
Can I, before we go any further, can I ask you a question? If you was on that front row of this insulated Britain and you had to get somewhere for an emergency, would you run them over?
I'd think about it, yeah.
Would you?
You definitely think about it.
I think if like,
I'm sure if you did, that's manslaughter.
No, I think
it'd be worth it, I wouldn't.
Yeah. Well, it depends.
So what are you in there? Ran over insulated Britain.
I think you get a round of applause. Yeah.
From the judge. Let him go. Queen, knighted.
Sir Jordan, stand up. I would own that shit if I was to walk around the pub.
Just
you would own
it. With a knife.
I could see you being one of those people now. Now you said that, buying like a square foot of land so that you could be called Lord Stannard.
Yeah, let's not go there, shall we?
Oh yeah. We know someone who has that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we won't discuss.
Oh, okay.
I'm having his last little bit because it's mine.
No worries, you dig in.
I don't know.
I suppose.
I've got some wine as well.
I've got a little drip of the whiskey. I'm just going to drink this
There's a bit more whiskey in there as well. I've got some red wine. I've got some dead finger in the house.
What one you got?
It's just a normal spicy.
I tried a mango one the other day.
Rum. It's quite nice.
Yeah, it's just a rum. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Flavoured, different one.
Bit of rum. Go full pirate.
Rum.
What's a rum got?
Who's drunk tonight?
They're mine.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ladies
Fire.
I only did. I did a white collar fight.
Oh,
I thought I'd go all out and get me trunks done.
bit like us with the football. We've got kits, haven't we? So
Yeah,
Like it.
yeah, he wants one.
we got to get one ordered then.
Yeah, get it done.
Get Matt done that.
Maybe not.
Well, anytime we got them from, so we can get
Won't be here till next season.
Got all jealous. I did. I was like, having that kit.
Yeah, he did turn up in purple as well on the blue.
Wasn't purple. Maroon.
And then got tried making him wear a bib.
Yeah. Put a bib on. Why a different colour?
They're all in black. We're in blue and purple. Why you got to put bib on? What?
I got off.
Let's go about that game. That was a game I wanted, wasn't it?
Yeah, we will win that one. We will win one eventually. We've got a point. We've drawn. How many games do you reckon we've had?
I don't know, mate.
Nice.
I played in at least 4.
Yeah, so you got talking like 12 games, haven't you?
We've lost every one.
We've lost. No, we drew one.
Oh, we drew one.
When I first started doing side, we were like that. It takes a while to get used to the way it's played.
Yeah, it's completely different.
So here we go.
Different for you, yeah.
Completely different. Actually playing.
It's hard to pick up if you didn't play as like a kid properly, if that makes sense.
Yeah, like
the actual team
playing that sort of thing. Yeah.
Like a kickabout down the park is different, but when you're actually part of a team, it is a lot different. Because I remember when I first started with a few of my pals when I first moved here, I was like, "You guys are fucking awful." And they're like, "Well, we've never really played." I was like, "Have you never played football? It's a national sport." And it's like, "Oh, did you play like a different sport, like rugby or another team?" No. Like, what did you do as a kid?
Chess, probably.
Probably chess. Probably played Warhammer or something.
Make dens in woods. That's what I did most of the time.
We do that.
Make it. Now that's some nostalgia right there.
Find some
It's
nettles,
like
beat them down.
You probably did it at the age like my daughters are at now. But if they said to me now, "Oh, we're just going down the wreck to build a den," they'd be like, "No, you're not.
No way." Yeah.
It's a creepy man that lives down the road apparently." So no, you're not.
It is different, isn't it?
It's like Jess, my oldest, is constantly saying, "Daddy, can I go down the park?" It's like, "Oh, I don't have to get up and go down. I'll go down on my own." No, you're not.
No.
Why? It's probably a nonce about.
Yeah. There's too many of them, isn't there?
Too many. I saw on the Eccles group page the other day about there's a strange man stood in the park.
I see that, yeah.
Okay. Well, what's he doing?
It's probably me walking back from yours.
Yeah, probably sat there.
Probably.
Slender man.
Fucking Mr. Tickle.
Yeah, the trouble is you don't know, do you? You don't know where they are or anything.
No.
It could happen.
But it's mad though, because back when, well, especially when I was a kid, it was like, "See you later, oh, just let us know if you're moving somewhere else." But obviously, when I was growing up, there was no mobile phone or anything.
No, I didn't have one. There was, but I didn't have one. I had a walkie-talkie. Yeah, I had a walkie-talkie for a while.
Action.
Didn't need it. Mum was like, "Well, you're going to break a phone. You're going to lose it. Like, there's a walkie-talkie."
I've never had that.
That was sick. It was like, dinner's ready, and I'll be like, "Sweet, okay."
Over.
Yeah. I'm not finished.
Well, we have it over.
Yeah, that's it. Shut the smile. I'm not coming home.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's like, to be fair, back where I'm originally from, it's quite a quiet sort of city. It is a city technically, it's a cathedral. But if you went there, you go, this is smaller than like Maidstone. Yeah, literally, it's tiny, mate. And but you could just go off and just.
Do you want it?
Well, in the summer, we'd just go off to like the next few. It'd be like, say, going from like Aylesford Ditton up to like up here. That sort of distance away. But back where I'm from, it's like literally they are like actual villages, not like little towns.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing.
It's like proper in the sticks.
Yeah.
Proper country bumpkins.
The most thing that like we worked in Crystal Palace, and I never really go into London. Like if I do, we got to get a train into the centre, see all the things, and do what you got to do. But we worked in Crystal Palace. Of course, we was driving up back and forth every day. We see 5 stabbings whilst we was up there, and one of them was just around the corner from our job, and it was like all roped off. You see the blood on the floor, everything, and it's like, shit, it actually is bad up here.
It's horrible, mate. I hate London.
Yeah, I'll never go out there by choice.
No, it's
I'm
horrible.
over for a day out, really. I don't really see the attraction.
Yeah.
No, you do it, I don't you? Go and see.
Occasionally, but I don't really enjoy it.
We went. We took the
Trinity.
girls, but it was like that's because Jess really wanted to go to the Natural History Museum. Geek.
Well, I've got to back her up on that. I do like the museums.
I went in there.
The
and I was
Imperial
like,
War Museum is pretty good.
I wouldn't mind things like that, but I went into the Natural History Museum of the Science Museum. I can't remember which one it was, but I think we went in both. And I was like, you could tell that this is like lottery funded. It's not like you have to pay to get in.
Yeah.
Because some of it you're like, this is shit.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, this was awesome. This
Yeah.
is shit.
It was a school trip, and you're out of school, so you're happy wherever you do.
Yeah,
The
that's
museum in Maidstone.
like Carriage
Seen it?
Museum.
No?
Oh, God. No, yeah, I haven't been in that one.
Why would you want to?
The one.
The carriage route.
I
Yes,
saw
yeah,
the
it's in
sign. We went pumpkin picking, mate. We were driving back towards Maidstone, and I saw this fucking sign that said like the National Carriage Museum or whatever it is. I was like, honestly, who's going to go to that?
Right next to a Peugeot burnt out building, isn't it?
Yeah. What? Why? Use your money somewhere better.
Yeah, there's a pub down the road.
Yeah. Thirsty pig or whatever it is. Fucking mad. Go on, Ed Stan. What's this story about a little Jack man then?
Okay, we're bringing it up now. Right, so we're on our way to Crystal Palace, that job I was just talking about.
Yeah.
And we've got Jack who's there doing a bit of labouring and working, whatever he wants to do. Well, pretty much not working today. Sorry, Jack. But anyway, they stop at a garage. Ollie parks up, go into the garage. Ollie gets some fags, whatever he's got to do. And Jack goes in, gets himself a drink, but he finishes before Ollie, right? So Ollie's in the queue, looking out the window. Where the fuck's he going? Yeah, wrong van. Jumped into not only another van, but not the same van as Ollie's. Got in, and the guy looked at him and went, "Wrong van, mate." And he went, "Come on, for fuck's sake, wake up! You've got to do some work today." And Jack just went, "Oh, sorry, mate." Got out and walked on.
As you do.
I was like, "What are you doing, you knob?" Oh God, he's so funny, mate.
He's a lad, isn't he?
He's now a woman beater, which I shouldn't really say on this.
Not technically.
You might want to put that
Yeah.
into some sort of context.
No, we'll just leave it at that. Only we understand.
Yeah.
He threw a female football player onto the floor, which I then told him at the end of the game that was sexual assault. And he looked at me as if to say, "Are you joking or is that real?" Cool, some joke.
Nah, he did. He went in, didn't he?
To pick on anyone else.
It is funny. He was having some shit from the other lad, wasn't
Yeah. It's just the way he looks like no one's even got the ball next to him. He just kicks him. What are you doing?
Strange.
Oh,
Good old Jack man. Wouldn't change him.
no, it's
he?
good.
He's a funny lad.
He's a funny lad. You guys watch boxing?
What,
Which
last
one?
night?
Not last night, Tyson Fury one.
Well, I only watched the highlight.
I didn't see that, actually.
Maybe one of the best ones, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a good fight.
A lot of hugging though, weren't there?
Yeah, but I think that was tactical.
Mm.
I think he knew that Wilder had put on weight so that he had a bit more punch about him.
Yeah, so he kept leaning
But
on him.
the thing with Wilder is he came to boxing quite late. I think he only took it up so that he could try and support his family, which is fucking fair dues.
Get where he is now.
And he has got an almighty fucking smash on him. I think he'd only been boxing for about 2 years, something like that, before he got picked up to represent America and got bronze medal. I don't know which Olympics it was. But I can't remember who I was listening to, but he was saying that it would take fucking all the rounds, all the years now for him to catch up, because he's got no fundamental really.
No.
He's got a fucking right hand.
No, he's always got, yeah.
and you could tell that he's been working on stuff because he was jabbing to the body. He was working Fury's body where he's quite soft, I would say, because he hasn't got the.
No,
Although he has got the perfect physique now. If you think about it, he's fucking the perfect athlete. He's the world heavyweight champion of the world.
yeah,
World heavyweight champion of the world. That was good English, wasn't it? He's like the pinnacle.
yeah.
And it makes me feel good about myself. But yeah, he was working the body, and it wasn't until he got clipped and dropped that he resorted back to default.
Yeah, it just goes back to what you know.
And it's like you've done all that hard work, and now you're going back to back to that.
Yeah.
And that's his downfall. Because if he doesn't connect with that almighty fucking right hand, he's not going to win that fight. I don't think.
He's never going to win a boxing match unless he's in America, or they just give it to him anyway.
Yeah,
or call it as a draw.
Or call it as a draw.
But that's why I like Usyk. Because I think you just completely outbox Joshua.
But the thing with Usyk as well, a lot of people were sleeping on it. They were saying, "Oh, he's not going to hang with Joshua. Joshua's too big, too powerful." It's like, well, Usyk's a big guy.
No, he's not small, is he?
And he's had like 300 plus amateur fights and won 2 Olympic gold medals.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah,
He
knows what he's doing.
Yeah,
he knows what he's doing.
Yeah. I think Joshua's overrated. He's had his. I
But
think he's had
again,
his day.
with Joshua, he came to boxing quite late.
He did, yeah.
And
He was like 18, 20, wasn't he, or something?
Yeah. He's still learning.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I saw
think
another
he's
thing about
fine
him, about Lennox Lewis and him having a bit of a to do, and Lennox saying he's not all that good. And you listen to Eddie Hearn, it's like, well, where was Lennox Lewis when he was
That age.
when he was like that many fights?
Yeah.
I think he's only had 20 odd fights, hasn't he?
Yeah, not that.
Yeah.
But again, he's another one. I saw a thing with Fury that was saying that Joshua is an easy fight because he's so rigid.
Yeah.
He hasn't got much. He's literally
I don't think he's got
right hand, left hook.
Fury.
Is all he's got.
I think Fury will just completely outbox him and then just wear him down. But he's got to do something else. Even to win against Usyk, he's got to do something else drastically. Yeah.
He's the way that he could beat Usyk, and you heard it here first, guys. If he fights with the ferocity that he did against Dylan White, and come out and think I'm going to fucking knock you out, then he has a chance. Because every heavyweight boxer has a puncher's chance.
Yeah,
if he stands there and thinks I'm going to box you like I did Ruiz, you're not going to box him like that.
You won't ever outbox.
He's too smart.
Yeah, exactly right. To be fair, once that fight finished, the first thing I thought was, God, what a good fight Dylan White and Usyk would be.
Yeah,
that'd be a great fight, wouldn't it? Just a massive brawler and
then
technical boxer as well.
Dylan White's another one that hasn't been boxing all that long. I saw him against Povetkin, the first one, and he got knocked up. Logo! And it was like, oh. It really does only take one punch for the fucking heavyweight. They're too big.
Oh yeah, you're just catching the right man.
Oh, fucking Eubank Jr. broke someone's rib last night, didn't he?
Did he?
Oh, is that why he gave up?
Yeah.
Oh, we were watching that. It was so boring.
Was it boring, mate? I didn't see it. I saw because a future guest, April Hunter, she was on the undercard. She lost, unfortunately. But I was watching her fight. Watched it a couple of times. I was like, I don't understand how they've given it to the other lady.
I don't think we see that one. That was one before.
It was on the undercard. One of the last fights on the undercard. It was only a 6-round fight.
Yeah,
but I had April up by 2 rounds. If you're going to give it, it would have been a draw at least, best for the other person. But they gave it the other way. I was like, this is bizarre. But sometimes judges are like that. It's all like, oh, fucking Uncle Dana says in the UFC. Can't leave it to the hands of the judges.
Exactly.
There was one good fight on that. That's all in that.
He come out dressed as a Drago, didn't he?
Drago for Rocky.
He knocked him out, didn't he? As well?
Yeah, it was fucking. It was quality.
Everyone was like, "Look at him, he's going to be shit," and he's come out.
He come out to the line like, "I'm the king" or whatever the song was.
You have to have some sort of personality, don't you, as a boxer?
It was brilliant. And he did quote Rocky as well. If he dies, he dies. It was brilliant.
Oh, mate.
That's what it should be like, though, I think. Other than
I found
stay humble shit and all that. I just like it when they.
Yeah, I can understand the humble bit, but also you want a fighter to have that persona.
Yeah,
still.
Yeah.
definitely.
Be humble after the fight,
Mm.
sure. Have a shake hands and whatnot.
Yeah.
But in the
Well, they
build
gotta
up,
sell it,
you want. I always look for the ones that it's like, oh, they hate each other.
yeah.
Probably don't actually hate each other. It's building
No.
a fight.
Yeah.
But
That's it. You got to make money, ain't you? And you got to build it up.
nobody wants a fucking Mr. Nice Guy
Not in boxing. It's not.
Doesn't
or any
work.
sort of fight.
Doesn't work, does it?
It's like even my mate, old fucking Mason Jones, has that ruthless side when he's like, oh, I'll fight and knock everybody out. And then you actually meet him and you're like, oh, you're so nice. You're the nicest guy ever.
Just don't punch me.
Yeah, I'd knock you out, Mason.
I assume not get another podcast.
He messaged me back the other day, finally.
Did he?
Maybe it took him a couple of days.
He's going to get me some sun gloves or what?
I haven't asked him yet.
Mason.
I've built up to that shit, mate. You can't just go, hey, Mason.
I'll tell him now, Mason, can you have some sun gloves, please?
What, please?
Yeah.
I've got, that is Jack Marshman, Jack Shaw, and Mason Jones on there. Some fucking absolute Welsh beasts.
Who else have you had? I haven't listened to all your podcasts, let's be honest.
Well, you probably should.
Yeah, I probably should.
I'd probably skip the first 10. They're boring. That's just me on my own. So if we go on the old on the wall of greatness, I've had more than that, by the way.
Yeah.
So Mason Jones, obviously with his belt.
Yeah.
That's Liz Carmouche, who fought Ronda Rousey for the title. Jack Shaw, he's an up and comer UFC.
Your brother was on that one
bantamweight.
as well.
Yeah, we need to talk about Little Brown.
Okay.
He doesn't. He's just a regular. That lady there, that's Leah Galton, who plays for Man United, ladies.
Oh, really?
That's my good friend Robbo, who is now Olympic gold medalist.
In
Paralympic gold medalist, should I say? Wheelchair rugby. Robbo
sweet.
lost both his legs in Afghanistan.
Shit.
Everybody knows One Punch Pickett.
Yeah.
That is Trevor Colt MC. He's got military cross. He's wrote a book called First in Sangin. It's a really good book, apparently. I haven't read it. I don't really read. I'm dyslexic. That is Josh Bridges. He is an elite CrossFit athlete / Navy SEAL. That guy there is Aaron something. He was one of the founders of Inner Armour, which is one of the techniques I used to sort the old noggin out.
Oh, wow.
But I've had a few others that are pretty decent that I'll probably need to update. But you guys will be on there now. In the wall. I haven't had many
We're
in
having a
it.
picture on there as well.
I'll get a good picture.
I
Of
think we
this.
should take that Granite Zero one out and just put our faces in
I think you leave my Granite Zero logo.
there.
Looks just like me.
I do like the elder flag out there. See.
Yeah, that keeps falling over though. I need to like lower the enzyme at the end of the
But it
day.
needs to be bigger though.
Bigger flag.
Yeah, bigger flag.
I need an actual flagpole. That's just it's a bastardized
Bit of
version of a
pipe,
flagpole.
innit? Yeah.
Just a bit of pipe with some wood on it. That's what I do.
Does the job.
It's like I bastardize everything. It's
Do
like
you actually sit
most
out there
people.
now?
I
Do
sit out there, yeah.
Do you? Yeah.
Yeah, I sit out there. Occasionally I'll have a cigar and a whiskey.
Yeah.
Sit out
Nice.
there. Yeah. It's relaxing. When you have sort of mental health issues, you find these little niches that help you like
Yeah, that's it.
get it out. Like just lately, taking your dog out for a walk is the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Because not only
It's
is
nice,
dogs are just the best because they just want to be your mate.
Yeah,
Better than humans.
They are hands down better than you.
yeah.
Like the stories I hear from Kate and some of her friends, it's like, fuck me, what are you doing with that? I'm quite happy just to
Just
be on
get
my
dog.
own.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I would love to have a dog, but we're just not home enough, really, to give it its full attention.
Yeah.
Like we got a cat and she's lovely. She'll come up and give me some loves every now and then. Most of the time she's like, "Well, you look like you come." But mate, as soon as I open up your door to go in to get, I've only taken him out for a couple of
It's the
weeks.
best thing ever, isn't it?
And you can hear him sort of going on to some view.
Yeah.
And then I do this little thing now for him. It's my little thing. I'll open the cage for him and I go, "What an honour!" And he comes out and his fucking tail. I'm like, that. This is amazing. He's just happy to see someone.
Yeah.
And then I take him out and he's a pain in the ass on the lead, but I take him out.
Yeah, he is.
And then I give him all the ham.
Yeah, give him some ham, get back and the packet's like half empty. It's like, sure. To be fair, did you see the ring doorbell on the fireplace?
No.
We watched it back.
Did you?
Yeah. So we was like, because our neighbour said that he was crying.
Oh yeah.
So we was like, shit, I hope he's alright. So we left the ring doorbell on the fireplace pointing towards his cage, but forgot we left it there. And then obviously you've come in.
You know, who's this guy?
Oh, hello, Bruno. we're watching it back. We're like, oh, that's nice.
He's my best mate.
He can come back.
He's my best mate. But yeah, obviously the key didn't fucking. I don't understand that key. So I managed to get in the house
No,
to steal the dog,
you can't
and then I couldn't get back in.
give him back.
And I was like, well, I might as well keep him then.
What do you mean? The key won't work the second time?
Yeah, the second time around,
New
it just
key.
wouldn't turn, and I was like, if I try too much, I'm going to snap the key off.
Yeah.
Because that's something that I would do because I'm a destroyer. Like, get me to fix something, it's not going to happen. If you want me to go and break something, I would go and do that, no problem. But yeah, I was like, oh, best not. So I took him back to ours. He fucking loved it in there.
Yeah.
The amount of times I told him to come back down the stairs, though. Bruno, get down the stairs! He looks at you and go, what?
What
Really? What am I doing? What are you saying?
I'm not strict on
He did give a bark though when he saw. How gay does this sound? When he saw Blossom, that's my cat. Yeah, he did give a couple of barks.
What did he do? I've never seen him see a cat before.
He just barked a little bit as if to say, "What are you doing here?
Yeah.
It's my house now." Yeah, Kira's like, "Did he piss anywhere?" I don't think so.
No,
He did all that on his walk, I think. He had nothing left.
Yeah.
He had a sneaky pint as well.
Yeah, I see that.
I think I see that actually.
Yeah, he texted me when I was at work digging a hole.
He was digging a hole when I went.
Fine.
It was a lovely day as well, wasn't it?
Oh, amazing.
Nice.
Amazing day. But yeah, like I said, it's little things like that just make you feel better.
Yeah, it was fresh.
Yeah, and it's just a fucking shame how sophisticated this glass of wine. Who's this guy?
That's a bit of you, Sam, isn't it?
It's not my fucking
No, I'm all right for the minute. Thank you.
drink out of the bottle.
Drink out of the whiskey glass.
Yeah, it's boring, isn't it?
But it's I can't remember what I was going to say. Don't know me yet.
Dogs.
He'll come back to me. He'll come back to me.
Nice day, sophisticated.
Nice day.
It's gone. Don't worry about it.
To be fair, I think you underestimate how nice it is around here.
That's what I was going to say. It's a shame that they're going to fucking start building all those fucking houses.
When he sent a picture the other day, he was walking up top of Blue Hill. I was like, forget how nice it actually is.
Yeah,
Won't be soon.
I love it, Andy.
Yeah,
it is lovely. I've had so many people comment just through the little pictures I put, like the flag flying. I had a few people like comment me on Instagram and was like, "Tommo, the view out the back of your house is lovely."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah, I know."
And not many people have
houses
that.
there.
Yeah. Not many people have
Over there.
But
and beyond us.
but the thing is, we're all moaning. Oh, they're going to ruin the fucking fields and all that. Whoever owns that land is the one that sold it off.
Exactly right. Yeah.
It's like,
I've got vineyards outside, haven't I?
yes, you've got vineyards on your side.
Do they stay in?
I don't know.
I think, yeah.
There's vineyards obviously at the back in there.
Right, so me and Alf, who's meant to be here tonight.
Well done, Alf.
We were talking about it the other day, and he said, I turned it round the other way, and was like, if you was that farmer,
we're at the pub.
Oh, you would do that, yeah.
I was there. So if you're the farmer,
would you sell it for that much money?
Well, it depends how much they offer.
I mean, it's yeah,
but you'd go.
It's going to be a lot of money. Let's face it.
Yeah, have a good think about it, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But most likely I'd go, so you're offering me that? Yeah, I don't have to give anything to the villagers. So, fuck the villagers then. But then you switch it around and you're like, what are you doing selling all that for?
Yeah.
It's my view.
That's it.
I don't want to look at someone taking a shit.
I just don't think we've got the infrastructure around it to do that.
They haven't.
I got the fucking roads.
The roads are not enough, are they?
The traffic is bad enough as it is.
The fucking main road through Eccles is shit.
That's it. If there's a car coming the other way, you've got to pull over. I mean,
otherwise you lose your tyres to a pothole.
That's it. So,
There's so much stuff they got to do. They have to move the school. They're moving the school to like that end, I think, from looking at the map.
Oh yeah, the top of the right. No.
People are going, what the fuck are these cunts talking about?
Yeah.
My village. Don't worry about it.
This has gone very boring to other people, hasn't it?
Other people, we're fine. We're having a full conversation, which you could bring all the way back to the main subject of Planet Zero, which is
This is
mental
the
health.
bit where someone
This
goes
is-
slide.
This is the main focus of Planet Zero. Real talk.
That's it.
Inspirational quote here.
Microphone,
That one's not plugged in.
Oh, okay, cool.
brilliant.
It's there.
I did knock it earlier, so I was like,
Oh no,
shit.
the MacBook is shit.
Why?
But actually, I'll take that back because my dad will go, "Well, why did you make me buy it then?" It's not that. The MacBook is brilliant. I'll take that back. The way that you can plug accessories into it is shit. So
Well, it's Apple.
yeah, it's Apple for you. So it only fits the charger. If it hasn't got the charger like shape, it won't fit. So I had to get an accessory to fit the mic in, which is plugged in there.
Right.
So that's an accessory, but I can't have two of the same one in because it doesn't fit. There's not enough space.
So that one's not plugged in either.
No. So what I've done is that's taken off and that's put there in the middle. So normally you would have this I don't know, lily pad, or whatever you want to call that, on the top. It's got a proper name, but I'm going to call it a lily pad. That usually goes on the top, and what that will do is muffle all the other sounds on. So if I was talking on this, I wouldn't get you coming in and interfering.
Right.
You would use your own mic. But because that one won't fit into there because of fucking accessory ports, and I can't be bothered to get a new one because cheap. Someone sponsor me.
Yeah.
What I've done is I've moved the mic into the middle, I put the muff on, and then we're fine.
Well, we hope anyway.
We do need more whiskey.
Someone
So if
sponsor
anyone
it.
that has a whiskey company that wants to sponsor me, I promise I'll do more episodes.
Yeah. And we'll drink all
sponsored
of
by an
it.
energy drink though. Ico.
Okay.
Ico Energy. Yeah, he's
Good for mine.
it's nice. If you like that sort of thing. It's nice. I've had a few different like almost sponsors. Like they've given me a few products to endorse, like Dead Mammoth coffee, which is hands down the best coffee I've actually ever tasted. That's not just because he's been on the show or whatnot. Combat Fuel, protein powder. That's good. They also give some of their profits to Help for Heroes. Ico, a fucking sound guy. He's going to come on the show and talk about his stuff. The best one that I had was Infusion CBD. The CBD oil was amazing. Literally is amazing. Everything about it.
Do you use it?
Yeah.
CBD.
So CBD oil is extract from the cannabis plant,
I thought it was,
but it doesn't have the
Makes it should get you high.
yeah, it doesn't have that bit. But I can't remember the TMC,
THC.
THC. That's the one. Scientist.
Yeah. He said he didn't do
He doesn't do it. But no,
it.
caught you drug addict. But yeah, it hasn't got any of that in it, so it doesn't have any of the highs to it, but it has all the benefits stuff, beneficial stuff. So yeah. So it really does. It calms you down for a start. So if anybody's got anxiety or depression, PTSD, anything like that, take a few drops of that, or they do. They're so Moorish though. They did like sweets, like jelly sweets.
Yeah.
The CBD in it, and you eat it, you're like, then you're like, I've eaten the whole fucking pack. It's going to last me a month. So I used to use the drops. That was really good to help with sort of.
When you say drops, what do you mean?
It's like a pipette, and you just
Okay.
drop it under your tongue, leave it for 10 seconds, and it goes straight into you, and you're like, oh. I used to take it before I went to sleep because, as you know, on antidepressants and things like that, it can affect your dream cycle. But even before I was on antidepressants, my dream, I was shit. I used to have sleep paralysis, which I hadn't had for a while. That's a trip in itself.
Sweet. Is that the one where you just can't move?
Yeah, you can't move.
Yeah.
You can move your head.
I've had it a couple of times. It's horrible.
Yeah, it's usually in high stress situations or when your body can't relax. You're asleep, but there's part of the REM cycle isn't quite right, so you think you're awake, and you're like, oh, but you can't move properly because you're still technically asleep, but you can see everything around you. It's the strangest thing.
Yeah.
Apart from mine, I used to have that as a kid, and I used to just go, oh, I'm having this stupid dream again.
Yeah.
I'll go to. My thought process was, I'll go to sleep now, and I'll wake up, and I'll be all right.
Yeah.
As a kid, until I started having all the other mental health issues that I had, and then my mate, the only way I could describe him was the Dementor from Harry Potter. So I'm lying there in bed, thinking, oh fuck, I can't move. So I'm just sat like this, and then in comes the Dementor, this flying fucking thing that comes in to try and take my soul. So it's literally hovering over me, and I'm like, fuck. But I can't shout properly, so I'm trying to call Kate to wake me up. I'm like, Kate, I'm gonna die. But I can't move.
You can't do nothing.
And there's sometimes you're like trying to, you're trying to like
I've
punch.
had it once. Yeah.
You try and punch and stuff like that, and you're like, and you're fucking, I'm gonna get you, you cunt. And then you're like, oh, just relax. If you relax, he's gonna fuck off. Yeah, I've had it before where I thought I was drowning. That was a good one.
Yeah.
But I was like gurgling in my sleep, and Kate heard me, so she woke me up. But when I wake up, I forget that I was in it until like the next morning. I'm like, did I have one of my things? Oh, yeah. Sometimes you remember it, but this one, she like woke me up, and I was like, "What are you fucking doing, you dickhead?" She went, "You all right?" And I was like, "Trying to sleep." So fucking hell. But yeah, CBD helps with all that sort of shit. The one thing I do use it for still now is the muscle rub. So again, see, this is why it's so bizarre that it was banned for so long. I don't get it because of all the benefits that it has. Like even down to the hemp itself is a good protein source. You can get hemp protein, which is amazing.
Yeah.
You can make paper from it
as well and all that shit, isn't it? I've seen that.
Yeah. So I use the muscle rub, and that fucking for my ankles and knees is amazing. I've said before, when I wake up, I'm like an old man.
I'm going to be honest, I thought it was more like a gimmick thing.
No, it generally isn't. Generally, I think it's amazing. And it's been proven to help with people with like having seizures and shit like that.
So if you was trying to come off your antidepressants, would you use that?
Yeah. What I do suggest, highly, speaking from experience, do not go off your antidepressants if you are thinking of it for cold turkey.
Okay, yeah.
I did. that was a fun time. Fucking hell. Because obviously antidepressants are there to balance you. Yeah. Where I got to the point, I actually heard a thing with going back to Tyson Fury. He wouldn't take pills or antidepressants because he didn't want to be reliant on pills. And that's one of the reasons why I didn't want them in the first place. But because I was so bad, Mrs. was like, no, you need to go and get sorted. So the only problem was when I went on them, I was numb. I hated the fact that I was numb. I had no fucking feeling. But I would watch something like Afterlife, and I'd be like, it's funny. Yeah. And then the sad bit, I'd be like, sad. I was like, I don't like it. I don't like the person I am on these fucking pills. Yes, it's balanced me out. I'm not flying off the handle, shouting and screaming at the kids. I'm not that side of it. Spot on. Yeah. Like mood swings were gone. but I was just like,
Yeah.
this is good, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then I went, fuck it, I'm not taking him. And gee whiz, one day I'd be like fucking the happiest guy in the world, like, and then the next day I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go fucking kill myself. Like, it's horrible.
Yeah.
Like the horrible thoughts that would then creep in, but it was like it was on like steroids, the negative stuff. Like, my main thing was I had no sense of purpose. That's the main problem with my depression. I was like, well, I know I'm no longer a fucking soldier. I'm just fucking security guard. That was my main issue. The other stuff like sort of came in and like came about when I went through therapy. The main one was the loss of purpose, the loss of like usually you go, oh, what do you do for a living? It was like, oh, I was in the military. I went to Africa. Didn't go there. I went to Afghanistan. I went to Iraq. I was fucking soldier. I had a gun. Brilliant. And now it's like, and it was just shit. I was too busy focusing on what was behind me than what was in front.
Yeah, I get that, yeah.
And when I came off the antidepressants, it was though all those negative thoughts of being shit and useless just went all at once. And I remember being out. Me and Kate had a massive argument. I went out for a massive walk, and I was like, I might just fucking fuck it.
Yeah.
Girls would be better off without me. I'm fucking useless. I'm a sack of shit. That's literally what was going through my head.
Yeah.
But you'd actually sit and talk to like the girls, obviously, the Kate and my two daughters. They're like, no, you fuck, what are you on about? And then you talk to like, if I spoke to you guys, you'd be like, what are you on about, you fucking dickhead?
Yeah.
They fucking love you. But in my head, I was like, no, they must look at me and think I'm a fucking
It takes
sack of
over,
shit.
I suppose, yeah.
And it takes over your life, really does. And but I got through it. I went and did a couple of online courses, one on depression awareness, one on like life coaching. I then went and did the Inner Armor courses. And when the Inner Armor course is the best that I did. It teaches you the way of taking that bit of light that you've got in your family or in your life, should I say. Mine is family.
Cool.
And I'm sure Jordan probably agree.
Yeah, exactly right.
Especially the Stannard side of the family are amazing. I look at your family. I'm like, I wish like my side of the family was similar. Me and my brother, as you know, he's my best mate.
Yeah, we're very close.
We're very close. My cousins, on the other hand, I don't even know what they're doing now. I don't even know what their job is. I've got one cousin, Matt, who is probably the smartest person that I've ever known. He fucking went to Oxford, got a doctorate. Do I know what he does now? Not a fucking clue. I only wrote a book. I've no idea. I wrote a book, by the way. But yeah, what I was trying to say is like my light is those three girls that I've got in the house is like
the best thing ever.
It is the best thing ever. Being a
I
dad
can
is the
imagine
best thing ever.
Yes, Lid.
Yeah,
hurry up.
it is. It fucking changes you. Like if you'd met me before, you probably did, but you probably don't even really remember. It was like 13 years ago. Before I had the kids, I was a fucking nightmare. I was going out, I was getting pissed, I was having fights. That was my weekend. I'd go out with the lads midweek, Wednesday, Thursday, come down to Maidstone Friday, or Eccles, what you want to call it, Maidstone.
Yeah.
Go out with Kate. Probably wouldn't have a fight when she was there, unless we were in Hereford, then I'd be like, fuck it, I'm gonna have a fight. And that was literally it. And then I had Jess, and I was like, I can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
She became the fucking light. And Jess was one of the reasons why I got help in the first place. I've said it loads of times on here. I've said it in the book. I've said it on the podcast. She was the one that found me. I was curled up in a ball in the fucking kitchen. She came and put her head on mine and was like, Daddy, what's going on? Like in tears. I thought my fucking life had ended. I thought my fucking marriage had ended because I was being a dick.
Yeah.
The depression and PTSD, everything just fucking took over. And she went, Daddy, we love you. And I was like, oh God. And then got help. And
Switching, man.
it wasn't until I went on the inner armour course, I told that story, and he went, that's your life.
There you go, yeah.
And I was like, yeah, it fucking is. And then after that point, I didn't need those tablets anymore. Anytime I felt the negativity, I was just going to look at those 2 fucking nuggets I got in the house. As much as they fucking wind me up, they're the best thing ever.
Yeah.
And when you become a dad, you'll know that yourselves. No,
you don't want them, yeah.
I'm not ready for kids at all.
Yeah,
I want to cut the holidays and stuff.
Yeah, you do, because they're fucking money sappers, mate.
Oh yeah,
And they're pains in the ass.
Yeah.
And they get boyfriends.
Boyfriends.
Not yet.
Well, it depends. Depends on my boys
They're on their way, mate.
Oh no.
Jess has got a crush.
Oh no.
He likes her, but we're at that stage now because they're in year 6 at school.
What's
They're at that
Is
stage
that
now.
still
But
first primary.
primary school, yeah,
Yeah,
year 6, the eldest. So he likes her, she likes him, but neither of them have got the balls yet to go, I just said to her, I went, bear in mind, this is a difficult conversation to have. I just went, we just fucking, I probably said fucking as well. We just fucking ask him. She's like, oh, what happens if he says, oh, what's the worst? He's going to say no. What do you do? If he says no, he's not good enough anyway.
Exactly.
And I'll say every day.
Tell her it's not going to last anyway.
Yeah, I know. I go, I sit there. I literally go,
Well, you and Lid.
Yeah, but that was
You
not
said-
year 6.
No, but you were secondary school.
We were secondary school. Yeah.
You was early
I
secondary
said
school.
to her, I do say, I sit there and I go, is he going to be your boyfriend? She's like, well, I like him, Dad. I went, do I need to go sharpen my knife? She's like, what?
Not this
I went,
one.
Yeah, that one.
She's
My
like,
jungle knife.
what?
She's like, what? I went, do I need to go get my shotgun license? Dirty sure. I know where he lives.
You're listening.
Yeah.
You better not be listening. Fucking 18 plus. You little cunt.
He's definitely listening.
Your fucking mum's listening. Yeah, kids are brilliant.
What's the story behind the knife? Was it not? It's just a
That
cool
knife,
Yeah.
I stole out of a locker.
Oh. When you said you was like, that was proper anti-climax. He was like,
It
I
is.
stole out of a locker.
I did steal it out. So this is it's a jungle knife. So if you do jungle, you can go and do a jungle course in the military, and obviously you need to cut down the vines and whatnot.
Mhm.
They issue you a knife. This actually says, oh, he does listen as well. This is SAC Ellaby. This was yours. You left squadron, left your locker. Now mine. But I did. I got a message from a bloke that does not has like a knife company, should we say, and he sometimes restores them. He said he's going to do it up for me, but I just haven't got round to sending it to him yet.
Imagine that going through. Let's not talk about that.
It's not very sharp though.
No.
But it's got some weight, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, you just hit him with a handle.
Like hammer.
It's like a little mini machete, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a jungle knife.
Sam, you look at home with that. With your tracksuit on.
Yeah, but you practice it on in your hand solo.
I didn't realise you was going to put this on. I was just coming
all the women, mate, they're watching and seeing you in your grey joggers, mate. They're fucking creaming themselves.
I just fucking thought I was just watching TV and I was like, right, there we go. Then you
To be
said
fair, the video doesn't have to go out. It will just do all the fucking thing for
I
that.
don't think we're doing much when we start dancing. And shit, I don't know.
That's what a podcast is, isn't it?
Yeah.
I ain't got the time or the effort to put all the fucking like. This is what they're talking about right now.
Yeah.
Like fucking Jamie off fucking Joe Rogan, where he puts up all the stuff that they Google. I haven't got a Jamie. I've got me. That's it. Some sponsors. Apparently, Jordan Stannard was going to sponsor the podcast at some point.
Yeah,
He said when he was drunk, but what? So I've got a space, look. I can get rid of this flag and put your.
what's that?
I've got a massive banner you can put across all the way across there. Every
that's
time you video.
Modern Warrior. It's a t-shirt sort of company.
Oh, okay.
What's it called?
Modern Warrior.
Oh, right.
I'm one of those guys that can't really let go. So I still wear like veteran company stuff, hence the hat.
Yeah.
T-shirt, Rock to Recovery, which you probably have one of
I
these.
have got one.
Is that on the football?
A bit small, but I have got one.
It's a large.
Yeah, I'm
Not
like
a large.
no.
Are you?
This
You've got
way.
a long.
I'm not a large. This way, I'm extra large. Because when it comes up here,
You're
it
such
looks-
a stupid shaped
looks
person.
like
That's
a
coming
crop
from me. That's coming from me, who's built like a wardrobe.
under stairs one as well. Under stairs wardrobe.
Yeah, I am. 'Cause I'm little.
No.
I got it.
No. Yeah,
But yeah.
no, generally,
Yeah.
I like extra large t-shirts, and that one, it's literally up here.
That's
You look on the
strange, though.
photos.
Yeah, but that's strange because
You're
my
showing
old
my little
man-
twig arms off and
my
everything.
old
I'm
man
like,
bought
no.
it, and he is fat.
He's not going to watch this one.
No, he doesn't watch anything.
He wouldn't watch it
He
this far.
pretends-
It's so
He
boring.
pretends, mate. He pretends he watches it. And my mum.
Does
And
he?
like my mum shares all the shit. She's like, yeah, brilliant, well done. It's like, have you listened to it? Nah. Listen to it later. He won't know. My dad's the same. Oh, yeah, I hear you're doing a bloody good job on your podcast. Oh, cheers, Dad. Did you listen to it? No. I guarantee the only one he's listened to is the one that he was on.
Yeah.
Fucking, he's obsessed with himself.
Not going to lie, this is going to get a lot of them because it'll be like mum, dad,
Good.
all our mates.
I'm going to put it on the Stannard family.
It will, yeah. No,
See that? Because I picked you got not up as well. I was like, yes, that was brilliant today. Really. Nah, but family is important. You got close up.
Yeah, got a big family, close family. Yeah.
Yours is pretty much similar to ours, isn't it?
Yeah, got a lot of auntie and uncles, all the same sort of thing. Yeah. Yeah, we're quite close in that sense. It's nice. It is. It's good to have a good.
Yeah, it's,
good
I think it's brilliant. Like, don't get me wrong, when I actually go and visit, because I don't visit that often, nor does my brother, to be fair.
Too far.
So, if I give you a little backstory on it, my dad is basically the black sheep of his family because he left at the age of like 16. He was going to go and play professional football. He was signed by Doncaster, and while he was going through all that sort of stuff, I think he was about 16, 17, left home. My granddad was in the Air Force, so they lived in Malta at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So he left Malta to go and play football. He actually got scouted by Sir Matt Busby at one point when he was playing football in Malta for Malta schoolboys, etc. But yeah, he left, and he was playing in Doncaster, but he wasn't playing regularly because the manager didn't really like him. So he thought, well, fuck it, I might as well do something else. So my dad signed up to join the Air Force at 17 and a half. So he went and did that. So he basically just left the family. He went and joined the military, where everyone else was all his brothers and sisters are all pretty close, apart from him, because he's the only one that fucking left.
Yeah.
So when he left the Air Force, we moved to Hereford because my dad was posted there to be the parachute jump instructor for the SAS. He was the instructor teaching how to parachute properly. It is pretty cool. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
I don't give him a lot, but I'll give him that. Yeah. So we were in Hereford. They're all down in like Bognor Regis, Chichester, that sort of area, Portsmouth. So we're always too far apart. We were quite close to my mum's side of the family because they lived in Worcester, which is like the next county over. It'd be like from here to Canterbury, maybe. Sort of distance.
Not too far, then.
So it's not too far.
Yeah.
We'd like go like you guys would do. We'd go over there and like have a few weeks in the summer holidays with my cousin and that cousin Rob, Rich. But other than that, it was just me and my brother. That's why we're so close, because it was just me and him. I was a little shit. I'd do things to get him in trouble. That's what I did. That's what younger brothers do.
Cool, yeah.
That's what.
Yeah, we're all. I don't know. Well, my brothers are quite good, really. We've never really had arguments and stuff.
Oh no, me and Darren always had arguments through beer mainly.
Yeah,
I'm a dick. It's me. I'm the dick.
Yeah.
Because I like to antagonise and I like to think that I could beat him up. But it's one of those things in my head. I definitely could beat him up, but in my
Oh, I
head,
don't know. I reckon the next podcast is
Yeah,
going to
I
say
reckon
something
it-
different.
in my head though,
We could set this out into a little ring, couldn't we?
we could. I'd fuck him up in it.
I feel there.
No, but I've always had that. It's like the younger brother, older brother sort of respect thing.
Is he older?
Yeah, he's older.
He's older,
He's 4 years older.
Yeah.
So, for example, when we used to play basketball, he knows this as well. Everybody knows this. I was miles better than him at basketball. I played National League basketball. 5'6". That's how good I was.
Point guard, definitely.
Yeah, definitely a point guard. It wasn't a centre, was I? But yeah, I was miles better. We played 1-on-1. You beat me every time. I was like, I don't get it. I'm better than you. Why can't I beat you? And it's literally that little switch. Like even when I played my dad at basketball, he'd beat me. I'm like, this doesn't make any sense.
Mm.
I'd play someone else, and I'd have all the confidence. I'd score all the points. I'd be fucking top dog. And it was even when we had little fights. It's like I would hold back a little bit. He wouldn't.
Yeah.
He'd beat the fuck out of me quite a few times. Once properly, I would say. That was a holiday in Spain where I threw a kebab at him, which I deserve the punch for throwing a kebab at someone. You don't throw a kebab at someone.
No, you eat that shit.
Yeah, you did.
You do not waste it.
I was about,
especially
so
when
I was
you're
about
based.
18. I was about 18, and it was like my first like lads holiday, and we got fucking smashed. And he was trying to calm me down because I was trying to have a fight with some people because I'm an idiot. And he got me a kebab to try and calm me down. I was like, I don't want your fucking kebab. Fucking threw the kebab, and he just went, you think. On the floor, fucking lip was like literally. I should have had stitches, but I didn't. But it was one of those. He hit me, and I was like, "You're gonna fucking finish me off, you can't." And he went, "No, just get up and stop being a dickhead." I was like, "Okay." Then we were fine.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But other than that, we were golden, mate.
Who would you say you looked up to most?
As a kid,
Anything?
I would actually say Darren was the person I looked up to the most.
Yeah.
Because we were like inseparable, really. Considering there's 4 years difference, it didn't matter to him. That was the big thing. Like if he was out with his mates, he's like, oh.
Yeah.
It wasn't, oh, my fucking little brother's here.
Mm.
It was like,
He'd always take
oh.
you in, yeah.
Yeah, you'd like let me crack on.
Mhm.
But in terms of the person I really looked up to was my old man. Like he's always been my hero. Like a lot of people would say, like, oh, sports stars are my hero. I want to be like that.
Mm.
It's like, yeah, I had like football players that I admired, basketball players I admired, like Allen Iverson, Roy Keane, those sort of players, Kobe Bryant. But like, I wasn't like, oh, I want to be like that.
Yeah.
Because I want to be like my dad. Which
Yeah,
is
I think
why,
I was pretty similar.
yeah, which is why I joined the Air Force. And
I mean, I would have joined Polypar if it was my dad.
yeah. But even now, Kate goes to me, she goes, "You're so like your dad." And I'm like, oh, that's not a great thing.
Yeah, I just think,
In my head, it is. But also, I also know certain things that I'm not going to discuss on the podcast. It's like, I don't want to be like that.
yeah.
One of the things is drinking. Yeah, we all know the story. I'm not going to bring it up on here because it'll embarrass him. After the football, that story. A lot of people go, what is this story? We'll save that for another time.
Yeah. Pay extra if you want.
Yeah, pay me, full stop. But yeah, there's certain things that you're like, I don't want to be like that.
Yeah.
Other bits, I'm like, yeah, I'll take that. I'll take like being like my old man.
Yeah, so I don't know about you. Your dad's quality as well. Isn't it? If I turned out to be my dad and I was in my dad's position now, I'd be well happy. All my mates love him.
Do you know what I love about your dad is how dry he is.
This is brilliant.
He's the dry sense of humour is the best.
Yeah.
You don't see him too often, though.
No, I think that's the best thing about him because all his brothers go play golf and things like that.
Yeah, but he needs to come out more.
Yeah, but then he's just like when he does come out, he's just like fuck
He's
yourself.
brilliant when he does.
Yeah.
He's brilliant.
Yeah.
I think your dad's the best brother.
Shots fired.
Shots fired.
Yeah.
He's like, what?
Get some brownie points for that. Come and do my garden. Yeah.
Well, nah, to be fair though, I think they're another one. Like you said, you're very close to your brothers.
Yeah.
If you look at,
I'd say you was the odd one out of your brothers, though.
Yeah, but that was mainly because of like.
I'd say you're more outspoken.
They're quite clever. You basically called me a dumb cunt out of three.
No, but you seem a lot louder than them two, but maybe it's because I don't know them in their own comfort zones.
Adam's brilliant. So Liam's brilliant. They're both brilliant. They are good.
For so long,
For brothers,
like
brilliant.
with Liam, I was like, can you please just come out of your shell a little bit?
Yeah,
he's quite.
And now, like when I said, I've spent ages chatting to him the other day. down the pub,
he's brilliant. Yeah,
and I was like, you're brilliant.
different person, isn't he?
They're all you're all.
Oh, he's better now. Yeah.
Yeah, especially with a pub. Yeah, he runs a pub now. Like,
Yeah.
If you said that 4 years ago,
Oh,
we'd have been like, no way.
I would have been like, can you move out of the way, Emma?
No way. He's Ben. He's definitely gonna not.
He's Ben. No, I would have gone, Emma, can you just so I can see Liam? He's here somewhere. Nah, he's brilliant. He's brilliant. But like I was saying, it's like if you look at all the brothers and the Stannards, you're like, that's brilliant.
Not one of them's fallen out, have they? I think.
I don't think so, no. But if you look on the other side of like your nan's, like your it gets confusing. So the other side, they had girls, didn't they?
Yes.
So there was would have been your nan's brother. So your nan had all the boys. Her brother had all the. You okay, hon?
Yeah.
Had all the girls.
Yeah.
They're all falling out, aren't they? There's a reason for that, because girls are bitches. But family parties are great.
They're the best
I
things.
don't know, family party.
My wedding is going to be so.
To be fair, the last family party I remember you
Dancing
had.
jigs at your
It's
fucking
going to be so.
Who was that? Was that your dad's birthday? I was wearing that pink cowboy hat over my crotch.
Yeah.
Was that your dad's birthday?
Yeah, in front of my dad. Yeah.
Yeah. That was early.
Your dad does silly things like that, though.
Oh, he's just. Well, as soon as he gets pissed, as well, it's brilliant.
Not even that. As soon
Going
as
back
you
to my
said it,
dad,
it's
what
fine.
you said earlier, when you said you come down here and have a fag, things like that. He's made that, put that in perspective. When he gets home from work and a shit day, he'll go outside and have a beer or whatever he wants to do.
Yeah.
That sorts him out for the rest of the night. That's what he said to me.
I think blokes need to do that.
Yeah, it's come to light now, isn't it? I think.
It has, and it's always been that sort of fucking stigma, and I'm trying to like get rid of that stigma. As slow as it's taken as a process, blokes have fucking issues as well. And
Yeah,
I saw something the other day, and it's like there's things that are loved unconditionally. That's women and dogs. So you love a dog unconditionally. I'm not referring to women as dogs, by the way. Dogs, as in the breed of animal, are loved unconditionally. You can't look at a dog and go, oh, fucking squish your nose, right? And women, so you're
Do the same thing. I'm gonna fucking squish your
yeah,
nose.
I'll squish your nose, I'll grab your fucking. But you love them unconditionally. Blokes, it's like, all right,
Yeah. He's a
I love you, but
He's gone to the pub again.
yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's not unconditional love. It's like when you first have a child, that's unconditional love. I fucking love the shit out of that baby until it grows into a man. You're like, you're a fucking cunt. Or a daughter, you're like,
I was going to say, that was
my
the wrong
princess. It's my fucking angel. I'm not saying that blokes will love sons any different, but it's like, no, you're growing up to be a man now. You're a man.
Yeah, you've got to do this. You've got to do that. Yeah.
Yes, it's mad though. But it's like that thing that you probably see on like Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and things like that. It's like men have fucking issues as well. Men have like, it's okay to be not okay, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And I say it, I fucking said it to fucking blue in the face. We're all aware now that mental health is an issue, is a problem. We're all aware. It's what we're going to do about it.
I don't think there's too much you can do other than talk about it.
Exactly.
I think that's the only thing you can do.
Yeah, it's
And
never
what are
going
we
right.
doing right now? Talking.
There you go.
This is what. It's that funny thing as well when you're in a relationship that a bloke has to do like a fucking week run up before he goes out on a piss.
Yeah.
Book it in.
You got to book it in.
I've got to give her a
Or you
do.
got, or you got to,
she's
to be fair,
she's
Liv's
really
all right,
good.
isn't
Yeah,
she?
no, she's brilliant. Yeah.
Kate's fine when you first say it. You're like, go out with the lads on fucking Thursday. Go over a curry. Oh, cool, yeah. It comes to Wednesday, you're like, don't forget, I'm going out. You're doing what? Going out tomorrow? Then it's like, is that all right?
Yeah, you feel shame.
Is that all right? Or, well, only if you make sure you do the girls' fucking shower time. It's
Do
like,
this, that, yeah.
and you fucking do it, mug.
She's good, but Lid's really good, and then I take the piss because then I'll go to the pub every night after work for a beer, and it's like, and then she'll say something, and then I'll go back to this, and then that's what I've got to keep it as like what we're doing at the moment.
Yeah,
She's yeah, I can be the dick. You know what I mean?
Well, most of the time the bloke is the dick.
Yeah,
Let's face it.
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with going out on a Friday night and
No, of
seeing your
course not.
friends, and yeah.
Of
But
course not.
when you then when
that's what it
Lid's
comes down
fine
to.
with that, and then I go, oh, I'm gonna go every night then.
Yeah,
That's when I'm being
it's
the
that
dick.
thing, isn't it? It's everything in moderation, including moderation.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely it.
No, she's brilliant with things like that. Really, like last minute things as well. That's what I like. That's sort of how we guys are. But if someone messages me and say, "Well, I've just started playing golf. I'll play golf tomorrow," I'll be like, "Oh, yeah, let's go play golf."
Yeah.
She'll be fine. Like, that's quite nice.
To be fair, the missus is usually all right with that. Usually.
Yeah, usually. So it depends, doesn't it? It depends if you ain't seen them for all week. Or
Yeah.
like Beth works a lot, so like if she's busy then working and I don't see her all week, and then all of a sudden I'll drop her the next day.
Yeah.
Like
Sometimes you've got to like weigh it up, haven't you?
Mm.
You got to think. Tell you what I can do. This is what I do. So
Dropping
I'll like go. Oh, if I'm going to do this with the lads, there's a little fucking potential here to like. For example, to be fair, the lads played poker on Friday night, sorry. And I was like, to be fair, I fucking hate poker because I'm shit at it. I don't want to play something I'm shit at because I'm just going to lose money. What's the point?
Yeah.
I just get angry. Throw Chinese at them or something.
Kebabs.
I've done that before.
Or throw a fucking kebab and get punched.
Oh yeah, we don't talk about poker on the exam.
But it was like I could have gone to that. But it's like if I'm going to do poker night, if I say do poker night Friday, if I say I've seen for fucking date night on Friday, mum and dad have got the girls. It's like brownie points.
Yeah,
dig them in. Yeah.
Get the fucking brownie points in.
collect them when you really need them.
Oh yeah, 100%.
We always say this though. Blokes always say that. It's like, oh yeah. When you're with your mates, like yeah, let's do this. But you also have got to enjoy the time that you do have. Because the only time I have with her is, I mean, recently, not going into reasons, but when we go like out in town, or not in town, when we go to Miller and Carter and things like that, it's been brilliant. We haven't done that for like 3 years.
I agree. Yeah,
and it's like it's nice to do that.
Yeah,
buddy.
You got to
Cheers.
chuck that Stan. I'm only little. Look at that.
Perfect.
Perfect.
We have decanters to wash now.
Get some more of that. I didn't bring many beers over, did I?
Yeah, well, when you said you were going to bring beers, I thought you were going to bring more than 4.
I don't know how long this goes on for. I've only watched a few of your things.
To be fair, it goes on as long as the conversation goes.
Flying.
I've been in a few where I've been sat there, and you're doing it via Zoom, which I do quite most of them via Zoom because we live fucking southeast, isn't it?
Yeah. No one thanks.
Nobody wants. You're saying that I might have James Hall coming on, Olympian, gymnast, only because he had some photos of the girls the other day. Because he trains in the same gym that they train in.
Yeah.
And so I sent him a message. I was like, after I obviously put the post up with the girls on it. I thought, cheers for taking the time out. Jess especially was really like taken back by it. Like she was like, "Daddy, I'm gonna push myself really hard now."
That's
And I was like, I was like, "You've been an inspiration to my eldest. She really wants to push herself harder." And then he was like, "Oh no, but that's why I do it," that sort of thing. And I just put a new cheeky question. I run a podcast. You fancy coming on? And he was like, "Yeah, tell me more about it." I was like, "Fucking yes, go on." I've got a blue ticker.
Really, man.
I've got a blue ticker. But yeah, but like I was saying, you see, when I have guests in, which I've had a couple of beers, haven't I? I've had any beers. I had some wine and some whiskey.
It's
and
that, I think. It's that. That's
face
done me.
doesn't work.
Whatever that is. What was that one?
That's just Jack Daniel.
No, the other one.
That one is.
I think that done me, that one.
That's nice.
Nikita, Japanese. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So you sat there, and you've got the Zoom on, and you're like, sometimes I've had a few where it's been like 3.5 hours, and I've just been chatting, where the conversation is literally flowing from one section to the next. As Granite Zero podcast grows, it's literally most people go, "Oh, Tommo just goes off on tangents," and which is what I do, which we have done. We started off on conspiracy theories earlier, which we'll get back to. But we're literally just chatting, and others you're like, I've had one that hasn't even been aired.
Yeah.
The only Granite Zero podcast that has been discarded into nothingness.
Oh.
When I end this, I'll tell you who it was, but it was terrible. He was a dick. You're a dick. You could tell the difference, can't you, between fucking Jack Daniels and that other whiskey?
It's hard.
That's like fucking. That's whiskey. And that was like whiskey.
That one's civilized. Nice. That was a civilized one.
No, that was. You can tell that was expensive. That was the gift from the football lot.
Oh, was it?
You put money into that?
No.
No, you sponsored.
I was
the
a
team.
last-minute saviour.
You weren't. You were sponsored the team. See, there's pictures up there. I had all the Stannards part of it. All the Greg Stannards, should I say?
That's a good day, other than getting cramp after playing for 5 minutes.
So we had
I had the biggest numbers.
we had Adam. We had Adam did the team badge.
Yeah,
You sponsored the team, and Liam did all the posters.
I'll tell you, I didn't know Liam done.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, they're clever.
Dead clever. He just put money into it.
I'll just have to go, yeah.
That's because you played Miniclip through ICT, Jordan.
Oh no, that was bad.
But yeah, the best podcast that I have done was actually having people actually in.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So I had Chris. I've had Chris in a couple of times. Chris Dunn.
Yeah.
Getting him.
He's on with a bad knee, isn't he?
Yeah. It shouldn't have even played, mate.
Oh, right.
He needs to. He's going to Booper to get his knee done properly. Yeah. He's not. He was not good. He was supposed to do the London Marathon. I was like, "Did you do the London Marathon?" He went, "Nah, mate."
Do it in a wheelchair, I suppose.
But yeah, and I had Danny. The first one was Sam, who did some of the photos. We had to go off for a family emergency. But it's a different dynamic. I could see why, like Rogan and that, can talk for 3 hours. I mean, we started about 8:30, and it's now 10 o'clock.
Is it really?
Jesus, really?
Yeah, exactly.
You don't know, yeah.
See what I mean? It's like
it's
how I like to do it. Is chatting like it's over you're in the pub.
Yeah.
Best way to do it. We might chat shit and nobody might not listen, but it makes me feel fucking better.
Who cares? Yeah.
Who gives a fuck?
Yeah,
I don't care.
It's more personal as like this, isn't it? I was Skype, I hate Skype, all that shit. I can't stand that. It's so
the Zoom ones are good in terms of some of the people that I've had on.
Yeah, you bored out.
Yeah, but I mean, like when you're like on the Skype, I've done like Skypes with family, and it's just sort of you know, this is getting tedious.
The Zoom, what I call forced fun.
Yeah. I mean, if you're putting this on the family chat, I don't think we should go any further with this conversation.
I'm gonna, because Kate knows I didn't like it anyway. Not the Stannard side, because it was like it wasn't as often, but the other side was, and it was. Oh, do you want to do the quiz? It's like I don't want to do a quiz, no. And then it's like
I really enjoyed the quiz.
I didn't.
I never
No, I'm
enjoyed
going to
quizzes.
take that back. I'm going to take that back because I did enjoy the quiz, but not when it's Sunday night. We're going to do the quiz now. It's like I don't want you to just have it booked in.
You see, I'm going to sound really soppy here. I hated the quiz, but because over the lockdown I didn't see anyone, it was quite nice to see.
No, I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. But also, could we not have just had chats?
Mm.
Yeah, it probably would have been better, yeah.
It probably would have been better and people wouldn't have cheated, would they? You know who you are.
Me and Lid lost every single one.
Yeah, because you weren't cheating.
It's crap.
Yeah.
Some of them happen to win every single time.
I'm waiting for a name drop. It's not gonna...
Yeah, come on, Sean. Let's go. Who cheated?
Lee Stannard. Jack Stannard. The other thing. Cheating. Cheaters. I'm saying it. Cheating.
Oh, Jack, he's had a roasting tonight.
He's had a roasting. He loves
Sorry,
a spit
Jack.
roast, doesn't he? Bless him.
To be fair, I can't believe Jack would have won a quiz. And I mean that in the most politest way, but Jack, I just can't see Jack winning a quiz.
He's quite switched on.
Is he?
Especially in certain subjects.
He's good.
See, I don't really talk to him about
It's
anything
something
other than
with the
just...
Stannards where you look at him and go, you thick as shit, aren't you? I'm fucking playing.
If it's me, then yeah.
Well, fucking Megamind can't be the one that's fucking
Megamind. Adam.
Adam is Megamind.
Adam,
isn't it?
yeah, like you need to describe who that was.
Yeah, just
The receding hairline. Sorry, Adam.
Well,
But yeah, he's the cleverest one. He is.
to be fair,
Who is cleverer than Adam out of our family?
your family.
who is he the cleverest?
Oh, no, I'll probably say Adam.
I reckon I would.
Really?
Yeah.
Gemma.
Gemma, yeah.
Well, she has been accepted to Oxford, so
Yeah, you can't really beat that, can you?
well, Cambridge maybe. But oh,
Depends who's best at
right. So
rowing that year.
this will slide into a nice little segue. So we were talking universities to Jess about like different universities and about the American universities, what they would call college or universities.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So they were going on this discussion, and Kate went, "Well, our biggest universities are in London." And I went, "Well, I did my normal, which is my frown." So to go, "What the fuck is she going with this?" She went, Oxford, Cambridge. I went, "In London?" She went, "Yeah." I went, "You sure they're not in Oxford and Cambridge?" She went, "Oh, done a Kate, yeah, you have." Fucking.
There was quite a few Kates when we was growing up.
Oh, mate, she's brilliant because a lot of
I'm
people
trying to
underestimate.
finger some, but I can't.
Yeah,
It was
but a
like,
lot of people underestimate Kate because she's actually very switched on. Like she basically bought this house. She was like doing all the mortgage stuff, all that. I was like, I ain't fucking clue. I mean, this is what I earn. Here you go.
yeah, that's exactly what
I can tell you some fucking useless information about fucking how a rifle is put together, but other than that, you're on your own. But yeah, she really is switched on, but she has these moments, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
The best one was we sat there and we were, I can't remember what we were doing. We were just chatting away, and she went, "Can ducks fly?" I went, "What?" She went, "Can ducks fly? Are they a flightless bird?" I went, "What, like a penguin?" She was like, "Yeah, I've never seen a duck fly." I went, "You've never seen a duck fly? You have my pants down." She was like, "No," and I was like, "What are they then?" We were literally, because where we used to live in Bury, fucking river and that, and fucking ducks
Ducks
fucking
flying.
everywhere, flying. And I was like, "What are they?" She went, "What do you mean?" I went, those things that are flying in a perfect V formation. She was like, what? I went, they're fucking ducks, you fucking dick. She was like, oh, right, yeah. And there's so many different things like that. Like, she's brilliant. The Oxford Cambridge one was a good one. There was another one about, so it was a stolen joke that I stole from Carl Pilkington, which was then put into a Ricky Gervais stand-up.
Best person ever. Go on.
And she was, and in Ricky Gervais's stand-up, he says, what was it? Callum Best is only famous because of his dad. And then Carl Pilkington says, you could say the same about Jesus. I was like, oh yeah, it's fine, because Jesus. And I said that joke to Kate, thinking, yeah, it's a good one. She like that. Said it to her, she went, well, who's his dad then? And fucking God. She went, is it? I was like, oh, fucking hell. That's wasted on you, isn't it?
Brilliant.
To be fair, I'm not. Things like that. Like some of them jokes people tell, and everyone was like, did you get that? I'm in the corner going, yeah. Keep
Like Joey.
No.
Yeah,
like literally Joey with friends, yeah.
It's all about Mount Vesuvius. That's a good quote.
It's been a lot of drinking in one weekend, I tell you.
Have you?
Friday,
Saturday, Sunday, football, Monday.
Sunday as well.
Who are you playing tomorrow?
Don't know.
What time?
7:40.
I'm off.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
You're playing them, aren't you?
Well, I better get me boots, aren't I?
Yeah.
All those ones.
Not them ones.
No.
Why not?
Because
Why
they're
not?
the
I
ones.
reckon you should use them.
No.
You might score more goals.
That's got a fucking screen up. No. Right. So I wore those obviously for the football. I now no longer have big toenails.
Ah.
Yeah. So they fit quite nicely, but on that pitch
Too
for some
nicely.
reason, it was though that every time I stopped, my foot would then just ram into the end. And I was like, but these are so nice.
Maybe cut your toenails.
Extra pair of socks.
Yeah, I think it's just I've got weird feet. They're not a 10,
I'm not
they're
bringing
not
them
an
up.
11. They're
No,
like
no, we're not bringing them up.
No,
So
we're not
you
bringing them
get
up.
quite.
who else has got weird feet?
No,
you
you just said about them. You
were self-conscious about them.
Oh, myself.
Yeah.
Yes. See what I mean?
Rewinding. We're
Gone
good
all the
at
way
this.
back to the beginning.
Yeah, we're not bringing it up.
You need to get some more conspiracy theories going on, man.
What do you reckon? What we're saying?
I did have a giggle the other day. Not that it's a conspiracy theory, but I was on the school run, and I'm not. I hate other people really.
Yeah.
I can
Thank,
get on board
thank,
with
Present,
that, yeah.
present.
Thank you
present
very much,
company
Sean.
accepted.
Yeah,
Obviously.
get on board with that, yeah.
No, as in like people I don't really know. I look at them and go, "You're
yeah,
a cunt."
that's it. Yeah.
Before I even know them,
Large
really.
crowds.
Yeah, and having like
People do
anxiety problems anyway.
Yeah,
I'm like, I don't really want to be. And school runs are the worst because mums are annoying. Fact. But I was on this school run, and there's this one mum that I know, and she's been a bit of a pain in the ass before. But anyway, I sat there and I was like, I was walking my mate's kid as well, so I had him, and I was like having quite fun because I can have a good time with like, it's like throw them about and that, and then. I was like listening and having massive ears, you tend to listen to most people conversations without even trying. So this one's like, so what are they talking about? And then this one's like, what are they talking about? And I was sat there, she was like, so it's Yellow Day coming up, which was the other week for like mental health,
yeah.
like for the kids, they all wore yellow. And she went, well, if my daughter gets sent home because she's wearing a tracksuit, well, then she's just going to be sent home. I'm just going to take her home. I was like, cool. She went, what's going on with this all mixing in classes? I was like, what are you doing that, mate? Like in my head,
mixing
like,
what?
like the classes, like not in bubbles anymore.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So,
I thought it was something.
and then she was like,
loads different.
and she was going on, and then she went. do you know what I mean? Like, people are getting sick. And I'm not saying it's a fake virus, but and I was like, ooh, there's a but there, which means that you do think it's a fake virus. And I'm like this, going, go on. She's like, but why have we got to wear masks and all this? And she was going off on this fucking tangent about fucking coronavirus not being real. And I was going, it is real though. It's a real virus.
Yeah, it's not.
It's like
No one's made it up.
it's like where it's come
China
from.
is, yeah.
Yeah, where it's come from
China.
is where the big like debate is. Conspiracy theories. Here, I've done that.
Yeah.
So obviously the big thing is we got told there was some bloke that ate a bat that caught the virus. It's like, well, nothing to do with the fucking virus lab that's up the fucking road.
Yeah.
Nobody's gone, whoops, oh shit, I dropped the fucking
Bad at the
test tube.
office.
Ah, I got fucking
Oh,
I got all the fucking COVID-19 on me now. Oh, I'm not gonna report that.
Where's the baby wipes?
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
what? Okay, you want me to put that in the I'm not gonna put that in the accident book.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Why not?
That might come back on us.
It's going to get me in trouble. Is it? It is going to get me in trouble. So we'll just.
Yeah, let that one go.
Oh, got cough. Oh, I'm dead.
I think we've
It
got
was a bit weird that
Let's just get on.
Chinese scientist, the one that popped the like let the story out. He vanished all of a sudden.
It's funny how people just vanish, isn't it?
Yeah. All of a sudden, he was
I
like,
don't think there's any
no
more. There's not much more to it now, is there?
Is
Just
it?
get on with it and
That's the big thing. That I've said that from the start.
Yeah.
And probably you guys have done it because guess what? You've probably got common sense.
mm.
I'm not saying it's the same as every virus because it's
No.
not. It is aggressive.
it's obviously
but
killer.
also got to get on with it.
Yeah, cool.
You're not going to get rid of
And
it. are you?
COVID is just SARS, but SARS
Yeah.
is a different version of
Yeah.
COVID.
What is it? The COVID virus? No, Corona. Sorry, the coronavirus is like basically all of them. The
Yeah.
common cold,
Yeah.
flu, SARS.
Yeah.
It's just a different variant. It's got different spikes on it.
That's it, yeah. So it's not nothing alien.
Yeah, and it's. I was saying like to Kate, I was like, you're not going to cure it because it's not that type of virus.
I do agree with the vaccinations.
Oh, I totally. agree.
One thing I don't know about is where they're doing a 6-month booster already.
I'm not. But then again, I'm one of those that listens to a lot of different podcasts, and obviously Joe Rogan has had some top scientists.
Yeah, I
on
bet
his-
he's had some. Yeah.
And if you listen to that, and you listen to how the vaccine works, and how these boosters work, and how the drop off from. So when you first get your vaccine, or it's not even a vaccine really, it's like a coping mechanism, and how much that drops, like almost straight away.
Yeah.
With the antibodies, because it's like the antibodies go, "Whee, we got a virus," and it's like, "Have we? Oh, we haven't got a virus. Oh, fuck it," and then they fuck off,
Yeah.
and they drop loads. So at the start, you're like, "Woo," and then it drops loads, and you get your booster, it goes, "Woo," and it drops loads. It's like, do I really need the booster? Do I need the booster? And it's like there's a lot of studies going on about the actual immunity that you have from catching it. So say, for example, you have it, and we do like you did when you were a kid and you go to the chickenpox parties to get it. So you get it and you're not going to get it again because your immune system goes up. So if you had it and you pass it to me, I will then have the antibodies to fight that, which is actually the antibodies from actually catching it are better than what you'd get from the vaccine. However, if you have the vaccine and you get the antibodies as well from catching it, because it doesn't stop you from catching it, which a lot of people think. They go,
I'm immune.
I'm immune. You're not, dickhead. It's like the flu. You just get the way I described it and how I put it to Kate so that she would get it, even though she's going to get it anyway, was I'm not going to go to war without my body armor.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
I get that. Yeah.
if that's going to give me a fighting chance, then I'm going to take it.
Yeah.
And if I catch it, and that then boosts my immune system, fucking spot on.
Why wouldn't you have it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well.
All fine. You hear that? Hang on.
My first little pop.
Little pop pop. A little love pop.
Edit that bit out. We'll beep it in.
See what I am going to do? I'm going to press pause on that for a second because I need a piss.
I was thinking I'll do it as well.
Anyone else
actually.
need a piss?
Yeah. What do we do with that? What's the?
I've got a big Sam just reading.
well, reading is yeah. I can't really read, but yeah.
Talking hard, that's why I wrote it the way I wrote it. Lots of gaps.
No,
Mixed reviews though.
To be fair though,
It's still on there though, isn't it? 'Cause there was quite a lot of
yeah, I had
as
a
it
lot of
stands.
abuse, you might say, from friends, but it is still on there. You just got to look for it properly. I think I took off the Kindle version. I got rid of that, so they have to buy the actual hardback or softback, whatever you want to call it. Paperback. That's the one.
Did there were a lot of people buy it?
I had a few, considering I'm an unknown.
Yeah.
But a few sales, made about probably about 100 quid. Wasn't much, but
yeah.
You know that wasn't the point of it. It was the funny thing is the amount of abuse I had, and I'll call it abuse because that's what it was, from people that serves in the RAF regiment, which was my regiment, talking about the mental health stuff, saying that it's bollocks when it's not. There's bits in the book that actually talks about that sort of indirect abuse that and I even quote it in there with some of the comments that I had. It's quite funny when you look back at it. It's not funny when you actually read it. I try not to read the comments too much. It wasn't really affecting me because I've come that far that they don't affect me anymore.
Yeah.
Where previously it sent me on a downward spiral when I'd been back where I was when I first discovered all these fucking problems. The person that it was affecting was Zero Alpha in the house, the boss. She wanted the book to be a success, but she was also worried about me releasing it because I had trolls before when I first started the podcast. These same trolls then did the same thing when I released the mini documentary that I did on YouTube.
Well, can I ask what they were saying?
Yeah, they basically said that I was lying about everything. That I don't have.
Right, so okay. So whether you did or not, and say you was lying.
Yeah.
Right. Just for instance, say you was lying. You've still done your 3 tours. Or however many you've done.
Yeah.
Is that not enough?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Anyway, do you know what I mean? That's the way I look at it.
Because
I haven't done it, you haven't done it.
No, but I mean, if you're a troll, I'm sure pretty much half of them probably haven't been anywhere near what you have been. I'm sure.
Well, to be fair, quite a few of them have done. They've actually done quite a few of them that I know that were doing it have actually done less tours than me. However, my regiment is the most hated regiment in all the entire military.
Right.
Everybody hates us, and there's a persona that if you're in the RAF regiment, you don't get these issues because you don't do anything.
Yeah.
These fucking idiots don't understand how the mind works. They don't understand how mental health can be affected from person to person.
Yeah.
For example, like I said, I dealt with every major incident in my final tour that I did. Every major incident was dealt by me.
Yeah.
Right.
Sorry, the final tour
was Afghanistan.
Afghanistan.
Yeah. Camp Bastion, which is in Helmand Province.
Yeah.
Yes, I wasn't on the front line with all the other lads dealing with that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I dealt with it indirectly. However,
You still
a high stress situation can affect your mind differently from person to person.
Yeah.
I had to deal with a friend that got blown up. That a lot of people thought that was the main aspect of my PTSD, my depression. That's not. That's just one contributing factor of countless other incidents that happened throughout my life. There was a few things that happened when I was a kid that nobody seemed to fucking mention in these trolling things because they didn't know me then.
Cool.
Things that happened within my family that I'm not going to discuss because I like to protect my family and that sort of stuff.
Yes.
That's
when
between
you
us.
say PTSD, would you describe that as something just
Right.
army based?
Most people do.
Yeah.
Because it's post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yeah.
However, you could be in a car crash
Mm.
and
You
get
can get-
post-traumatic stress.
Yeah.
I could have got it from many, many different incidences in my life. For example, once when I was out on a night out and I got into a bit of a scuffle, sorting my brother out, and someone booted me in the face, fractured my orbital bone. My eye blew up like a fucking balloon. I was in fucking bits.
Yeah.
And whatnot. That could have done it.
But then I think what I don't understand is people like that don't understand it can be different scales of it as well.
Completely.
So
Completely.
I could literally go down the road and someone called me a lanky cunt, and that would trigger something that, on the other end of the scale.
Yeah. But a lot of these servicemen and women like to think that PTSD is only
If you've seen your
them.
mate get shot or
Yeah.
you've been shot.
Yeah.
Okay.
or being blown up.
Yeah.
And you find that I spoke to Robbo, who we discussed earlier,
Mm.
who lost both his legs. He doesn't have any sort of mental health issues like that because he doesn't remember it.
And
It's probably his mate.
He might be just a really strong person.
It might be. He might be. He might be very resilient, which
Yeah.
he is because he is now an Paralympic gold
Yeah.
medalist.
He's obviously a legend. Isn't
He is a legend.
Yeah.
Robbo is brilliant. But that doesn't mean that the people that worked on him, the people on doing the other bits,
he? Yeah. That see it.
that see it, that could affect them.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of the snowflake fucking discussion because I'm not a big fan of snowflakes. But
I don't think anyone.
what I'm
in
going
the
to say
right mind-
is mental health is like a snowflake
Hmm.
in terms of it is different from person to person.
Yeah, exactly right.
And a lot of these trolls don't understand that. And a lot of these trolls think that I was starting a podcast, doing all these other bits for self-gain. They thought I was a narcissist. They thought it was all about me. Yes, in some sort of aspect, because it is helping me go on my journey to become less depressed, less reliant on pills and things like that. Not on the pills anymore, which is good because that's part of the journey.
Yeah.
But it's also not for my own sort of gain. It's also for other people to understand that I'm here. I have these issues. I'm talking about it.
Yeah, I think even what you just said would help people. It doesn't have to be
Well,
a
yeah, 'cause-
major incident for you to
Well,
have.
it's not.
Surely
you
you
to
better
have.
you're only doing this to better yourself and
Yeah.
to better others.
And it's
isn't
like
it?
I've said, I started the podcast to help myself.
Hmm.
I did.
Yeah.
Because I did. I did end up writing a book, but I struggled because I'm severely dyslexic. Can't spell for shit. Read that, you'll know that. They knew that. They like to pick up on it.
Yeah.
Whatever. But I couldn't articulate what I wanted to say on pen and paper properly.
Yeah.
I had a good friend of mine, Chris Michaels, who does the Dark Side podcast. He helped me write that. I would send him bits in broken Tommo English. This is what I want to say, and he would make it better.
Cool.
Like sort of ghostwriting, you might say.
Yeah,
But I couldn't do it. So I thought, what can I do to help? So I started the podcast. I got trolled. And funnily enough, the first troll that I had on the podcast actually messaged me personally. This would have been a couple of, probably when I just put the documentary version out of what I started. He actually messaged me personally and said, I didn't understand what you went through in terms of dealing with shit.
Yeah. That's
And
quite
he
nice,
apologised. I was like, well, I accept that. Because I was going to go and visit you at fucking the camp and beat the fuck out of you. But yeah, it's like I said, it's mixed reviews. The funny thing is, the only trolls that I had were people that I would call mates.
Yeah. I think that's quite a big thing. Actually.
Everybody else at Reddit, didn't matter what cat badge they were, as in military terms, cap badge, different like
Yeah.
paratroopers, marines, rifles, fucking engineers, whoever read it, they were like, oh, that's actually quite a good book, good story, good book. It shows the regiment in a different light. Most people think that we don't do anything. However, I then had people from my own regiment saying it's a disgrace to the regiment, and this and this and this. And then I had the actual regiment warrant officer, which is the top ranking soldier without taking commission, which is becoming an actual officer. That makes sense. So the actual regiment warrant officer said to me, it was a brilliant book, well done. And I was like, they're brilliant. And then I had the force Air Commodore, which is the top ranking officer that we have for our regiment. He actually listens to the podcast, likes the podcast, read the book, liked the book. I was like, this is strange. But I also go to that point where I'm like, a lot of people said I made a lot of stuff up in there, right? If you read it, why would I make that up? It's not cool. Yeah. It's not what the military would say, Ali. It's not me saying, oh, I was in this firefight, I was in that firefight, because I wasn't.
Yeah.
If I was, then I would put it in there, but I wasn't.
I think that's
the way I described my my tours of duty that I did. Have you ever seen the movie Jarhead?
Yeah.
Where they're waiting and waiting and waiting. And when I went to therapy, the doctor said to me, she was like, that is a contributing factor to depression and PTSD.
You're waiting for something to happen.
Because you're in a constant state of ready and thinking that next time I go out, I could die. I was 21 years old, 22 years old when I first went out. That's a lot to take in.
Yeah. I mean, I'm 26. I still feel like I'm 19. So like,
exactly.
When you're out there,
I'm 24 and I'm still a kid, mate.
No,
so,
The one thing I would say to all of that is, I think the best thing you're doing now is exactly what you just said then. Is it doesn't have to be about the army. All right, you got all this stuff in there. Yeah. So it's all.
But it's like, for example, there's a lot of veteran podcasts out there that only interview veterans or serving soldiers.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be like that.
No.
I'm quite happy to have you guys in that have, in my terms, a proper trade. Like you're a landscape gardener or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what you do, son.
I'm a chippy.
You're a chippy. I'd love to be able to do that shit. Yeah. Genuinely. I can't do fuck all. This is one of the big things for military personnel, especially infantry. I'm going to say infantry now because that's what I was. I was a soldier. But I was an Air Force soldier, so I was an airman soldier, whatever you want to fucking call it. Doesn't matter. So the only thing that in my head that I could do was security when I came out, because that's basically what I did when I was on tour. So I went down that route instead of being like
a lot of people do as well.
Yeah, a lot of, especially infantry, because it's like, what's the closest thing I can have?
Yeah.
Rather than go to the police or becoming a paramedic, that sort of thing. Pardon me. You go to the security route, and you're sort of guided that way. Like my
See, I think there should be things in place so you can.
But there is. You go through a resettlement program.
Yeah.
But you choose. You choose what you want to do.
Yeah.
I didn't know what I wanted to do when I left. I did it because I was falling out of love with the job that I was doing, and I had two more important things in my life, which was Kate and Jess at the time.
Mm-hmm.
They came first. I was like, well, I can't go on tour again because it's not fair. I'm leaving. I didn't know what to do. I'm not a very hands-on person, so plumbing, fucking electrician, that sort of shit. I probably could have, if I put my mind to it, I probably could have done it. But at that point in my life, 25, 26.
I was going to ask you.
I'm probably about your age.
Yeah.
So I was 20 when I joined. Yeah, I would have been about 25, 26. Anyway, didn't know what I could do. So I went, well, I'm going to do close protection. Not even thinking at that point. So I did a close protection course, became close protection and surveillance qualified. And I looked into close protection when I left.
Did that go back to, before you go any further, did that go back to when you said earlier, you said, when you used to tell everyone I was in the army and everyone was like, oh, this is great. When you said someone, oh,
yeah,
close protection.
Yeah. It's
they
like,
do the same thing.
Yeah, exactly the same thing. Exactly the same thing. And it wasn't until I looked into, like, because my dad was on the circuit at the time, and I was like, Dad, could you get me a job? He was like, yeah, but it's basically 2 weeks on, 1 week off, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
It could be 4 weeks on, 1 week off, depending on where the principal is, which is like, say, you're the famous person, Sultan of Brunei, for example.
Yeah.
And I'm looking after you. You could go on holiday, and I have to follow you on holiday.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. And I was thinking, well, I've left the military so I could spend time with my family, but I'm not going to spend time with my family.
No.
So where did I end
That's
up?
the point.
So I've got this fucking all singing, all dancing SIA license, close protection. I ended up working at Waitrose.
Yeah.
When I finally got the job that I was actually really good at and trained at, the surveillance job, they took the piss.
Is that when you started going downhill?
Yeah, that's when I started going really downhill.
It makes sense, yeah.
So I wasn't happy when I was at Waitrose, which is I was a bit of a shit cunt, causing trouble, being silly, watching fucking UFC when I shouldn't have been, that sort of thing. I then went to Loomis and worked at Loomis doing the cash transit. Wasn't really happy, but carried it on anyway. They made me redundant and sent me basically to Dagenham. It was either Dagenham or no job. So I was like, well, I've got to go to Dagenham. They were starting me at silly o'clock in the morning, like 1 o'clock in the morning. I wouldn't get home until like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Stuff like that, going over the fucking QE2 bridge and all that. Finally found the fucking perfect job, which was surveillance. I was following benefit sheets, basically. People that were putting in insurance claims for, say, you fucking injured your leg and can't walk.
Yeah, and then
they send me out to film you running into the shop. It's perfect. Perfect. Until they started sending me up to Birmingham, down to fucking Plymouth. I was supposed to be in London and the southeast. That was supposed to be my area, but they would send me all over the shop. And then I was like, what am I fucking doing? I'm doing it again. I'm not at home properly. Down I was going. And also, I was on my own. I was sat in the back of the van. Yes, I'd have a bloke at the fucking radio every now and then. I was literally on my own. I was like, when you've got sort of issues going on and you're on your own.
Too much time to think.
And you've got too much time. Yeah, exactly. And you're waiting for someone to come out of the house. You're not really paying attention. You've got this fucking, you used to do fucking this, mate. So, fuck off. You're going to keep fucking tapping in the head. And it just got fucking shit. I remember giving my best mate Nick a fucking call. I was like, Nick, I'm struggling, mate. I don't know what's wrong with me. And at the time, he was either still serving or just coming out and starting his paramedic course. He was like, what's the matter? And I went, well, I keep snapping at the kids for like literally nothing. Like, for example, Sophia would have been 1, maybe 2. When the first issue started coming in, she'd like throw a dummy or fucking knock a cup over. And it was like World War III, mate. I don't know what come over me. It'd be like, you little fucker. And I'd be like shouting at her, and she's like 2 years old. It's like, what am I doing? Or Jess would like come home from fucking nursery and like throw a bag on the floor and like make a mess. It's like, as a kid would do. And to me, that is the worst thing ever. It's like, it's not though. Even now, to be fair, like Jess will do something and it fucking annoys me, and I'll like start snapping, and I'm like, but these little things would like appear, and I would just think it was just my personality trait. I've always sort of had a short temper, but it's like the shortest temper. When you look into the like different character traits that certain mental health issues have, and you look at it and you're like, oh, the only ones I don't really have are like the flashbacks and things like that.
Yeah.
Because it's a accumulation of different incidents that have happened throughout my life that have fucking done this.
Yeah, mold you.
Most people think it's one thing that will fucking set you off.
Yeah. No,
It can be an accumulation of different fucking avenues, whether it's things that happen when you were a kid that you saw, you didn't want to see, but you saw it. Which I'll probably tell you afterwards, just so you guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But it's those sort of things that you see, and then you're like, that makes a lot of sense. But yeah, it's like why people try and shit on you when you're trying to better yourself is because they're jealous of
because
you're taking the shit, and it's usually the fact that they've probably got issues that they can't even talk about.
It goes back to that thing that people say all the time: if you help one person, quit in, isn't it?
Yeah, and if I'm honest, I've helped one person. That's myself.
Yeah.
You might say that's narcissistic. You might want to say whatever.
So that's probably the most important person.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
It's like I said to you guys earlier.
Yourself,
when I went on my real bad thing, I wanted to fucking end my life, mate.
Yeah.
I was at that stage. I was like, I could probably do it now. I didn't, obviously.
Of course, yeah.
Still
Let's
here.
do it.
And thank
I think I am.
Thankfully,
Might be a dream, not one of your weird dreams.
Could be. This would be a weird dream. As long as it's not a wet dream, we'll be alright.
I've had some weird dreams, mate.
I was going to say
Wet
for wet ones. I was going to say
Fine.
this is taking a whole different step.
Come on, talk us through.
I have one dream every week
Oh,
where my dad gets stabbed.
that's a weird one.
Yeah. I had no going more recent. This was actually last night before. I had a few beers, pizza, got home. Obviously, you're really thirsty after Domino's and things like that. Woke up. My dream was that Liv took me to a garage, bought a shitload of Powerades.
Powerade?
Yeah, blue ones.
I love
Blue ones.
Yeah, blue ones, best ones. And I woke up shouting, "Where's my Powerade? Where's my Powerade?" like that. And she looked at me and was like, "What are you on about?" I looked over and all I had was like this drop of water, and I was like, "Look, back to sleep." I was like, "What is going on?"
Where's my Powerade?
I have weird ones. I have weird ones where, obviously Alfie, he was in the army, wasn't he? I don't think he did any tours, but yeah, I had weird ones where I joined the army with him, and he knew everyone, and I got lost, and just random shit. Yeah,
Dreams are
so
weird.
weird, mate. Really weird.
Dreams are weird.
But that's only if I don't take my tablets.
It is. Do you know what? Because chemicals.
I don't know what it is, but I don't. Yeah,
No, it's the chemical imbalance.
yeah.
Yeah, I had some trippy dreams, mate. The bet that I still remember this dream. This is the best dream I ever had. And this was when I was still serving. We were at our house in Bury St Edmunds. Well, technically Bury St Edmunds. By camp, it was our house. That doesn't matter. That's just a side story. So I was asleep, and in my sleep, I was in it was going to be a big fight, and everybody was like getting all like posturing up and get ready, and then I stood in the middle, went, "No, motherfuckers," and they were like, "What?" It's fucking dance battle. And then I bust into fucking Beat It, fucking Michael Jackson. Genuinely, I'm doing this, fucking all this, and I woke up. And Kate was like fucking stood like where you are, or sat where you are.
Yeah.
And I'm doing this. And I woke up and I was still doing it. She went, "What are you doing?" I went, "I'm winning the dance battle." And she went, "What?" And the next thing I know, I'm back to sleep.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until the morning she went, "Do you enjoy that?" And I went, "What, my dance battle?" And she went, "You remember it?" And I went, "Fucking right, I do. Best dream I ever had." Fuck those naughty wet dreams. That was the best dream I ever had. Fucking Michael Jackson. Wasn't fucking about.
I'm sure you're probably the first one that ever said the best dream about Michael Jackson.
Well, I'm sure some other kids probably enjoyed it. That's a weird one.
Low it goes.
It's a weird one. No, we'll go on to that. That's a weird one because obviously growing up, he was the king of pop.
King of the Pop.
But it's also
King of nonce.
it's but it's so many different stories that you hear, isn't it? Like you hear his side where he's didn't do any of that.
That's
Which,
a nice guy, yeah.
yeah, but you're like, oh, you're
but
a bit
then
weird. And then you watch that. Is it Finding Neverland or
Yeah,
watch
Back
that,
to
yeah.
Neverland?
Yeah, watch that, yeah.
I watched it and I was like, this is freaky as shit
yeah,
because all of it sort of makes sense.
yeah.
And then you look into the guy that was talking about it and you're like, oh, you've got money troubles.
Yeah. So
You've got money troubles, motherfucker.
it's pretty much the same as the Prince Andrew. That bird.
Yeah, but that got dropped, didn't it?
Yeah, no. But what I'm saying
That's
is,
a weird one to get dropped, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it dropped the way it did get dropped as well.
It's like, oh, you got, yeah, we'll just leave that one.
Oh, look, COVID.
no, but yeah, I mean, it is sort of weird that all of a sudden it's got. But I mean, like, she obviously was old enough that she probably went, "He's a prince." Like, she was getting holidays and trips.
That's a
and
strange one.
handbags.
It is strange, isn't it? How old was she, though?
Fuck knows, but
Because I remember
Old
watching
enough,
it, but I
I
can't
would
remember if she was 16 or 17 or younger. But it's one of those. If
Where's her
she's,
parents?
for example, 16 or 17 or even 18, hold me on this one. In England, she's legal.
Yeah.
In America, she's not if she's below 18.
yeah, because England.
So it's
yeah.
like, hang on. So is she illegal or is she not? I'm confused now because it's an American program.
yeah.
So you probably are noncing a little bit.
Oh.
But also, are you just enjoying a nice bit of young fanny?
I'm not debating. Maybe
Not too young, though.
I'm not debating it's wrong if it was like she was 16 or whatever. But I'm just like her input and her parents. Where were her parents? That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah,
surely she was.
I get
It's
that.
a bit weird. Like if my daughter was going away with some 30-year-old man going away.
Prince, you'd be like, crack on, I want money.
Well, that's
You'd
obviously
be like, is he a prince? Yeah, okay. Save this for the book later.
That's it. Yeah, we'll save that when we
It's in
can't
my
pay our
book.
mortgage.
It's in my book.
I know what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
I don't really know
It's
much
just
about
weird.
it. I'll be
But,
honest.
but back to old fucking Shamon, Michael Jackson.
Oh, racy boy.
Oh, Reese boy.
Do,
He's
do,
a
do,
funny
do.
one, isn't he?
Jump on it.
That's
what he
not
does, isn't
Michael Jackson.
he? No, I know. That's what Racy boy does, isn't he?
He does love that one.
Does a dance every family do.
Reese.
Jump on it. That's what he does.
I'm gonna make sure we play that next time.
Yeah, he loves it.
He's dating Beth's cousin, isn't he? So
He is, yeah.
I better play that.
Yeah, play that. You watch him get up and dance.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, because with old Jacko, it's that old thing with his dad, wasn't it? That like chemically castrated him and all sorts, so he's like no testosterone or anything like that. So he never actually became a man.
I didn't know that.
He was just
Yeah.
he was just a boy. He just remained a boy,
It's weird, isn't it?
and he just wanted to be a boy.
How did he do that?
But why? Here's one for you though. When you look at most pedos, like in terms of the weirdos that we sort of like look at, why are they always after young boys? Like priests and that. Why is it always young boys? Why not? Well, I'm not saying that that's a good thing to go after young girls, by the way.
Yeah, but I know what you mean. It's like
It's like it's always
yeah.
young
It's
boys.
even worse. It's a boy, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's not, but yeah.
Have you? God, this is a dark
Yeah.
thing. Have you ever read the book Sleepers
No,
or seen the movie? Probably watched the movie. 'Cause
I
you
don't
guys-
read books.
No offense, you guys don't look like you read books.
I
No.
don't know.
Do you want to borrow that? No? Okay. Nobody else did either.
Can you not make a film? Because
They have,
I'll buy that.
I got a documentary on YouTube
Have you? I'll
Yeah.
watch that.
called Whiskey and Wrong Decisions. Good.
I have seen that. I have seen it. Yeah.
So yeah,
It's good. Watch it. I was doing it on the way to work.
I made it, mate.
You could just
I
put it
made
on your pre.
made it on my.
pre-boot.
I made it on my iPhone. That's how fucking tech savvy I am.
Oh, and that's that.
Basically, similar.
Oh.
That's got extra bits. But anyway, Sleepers is about a group of boys that end up going to like a juvenile prison. They steal a hot dog vending truck thing windows where you go.
Yeah.
And they're trying to wind this guy up, and they drop it down some stairs, and it kills a bloke. So they end up in prison. But when they get to prison, they get raped. Spoiler alert. It's fucking old.
I'm not sure people are going to worry about that.
It's fucking an old movie. Anyway, but it then fast forwards, and two of the lads end up being wrong-uns anyway because of what happened to them in prison. They ended up going through crime and all that. They see one of the prison guards in a bar, and they just fucking shoot him. It then fast forwards to the trial. These two guys, and they end up getting off for murder because of all this other stuff that comes out about all the prison officers being fucking rapists to these fucking kids. It's a dark movie, but you're like, this is brilliant. It's got Brad Pitt in it, so you know it's good. Okay. It's also got Robert De Niro and
some A-listers.
Sleepers.
what's his fucking name?
What's the movie?
Peter Fockers. He plays
the younger one.
He plays not Ben Stiller, his dad. Oh, fucking Rain Man. Dustin Hoffman.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Dustin Hoffman, Brad
the sex
Pitt.
therapist.
Yeah. So it's got Brad Pitt, Dustin Hoffman, Robert De Niro. Oh, it's time to go home.
Time to go home. You shouldn't do this.
I can answer if you want.
No.
I'm around the corner. Miles away. Yeah, it's a good movie though. It's one of the like. I'm not a big reader, but that is like my favourite book.
Ooh.
That and Jarhead. A lot of people don't like Jarhead.
I like the movie. I never watched.
I haven't seen it.
The film, sorry.
You never seen it? It's good. It's good.
I've never seen it.
But it's one of those. I spoke to a lot of US Marines while I was out in Bastion, and I was like, "Why don't you guys like that movie?" And basically, it's because there's no action in it. In terms of the Marines looking good, killing everybody, they're like, "Oh, it's not like fucking Apocalypse Now or Full Metal Jacket, and things like that."
No, Full Metal Jacket. That's a good film, but that's a fucked up film.
Yeah.
You've never seen it?
I've seen that, yeah.
But that it's literally that's the point of like Jarhead is the fact that he's there going, and we wait, we throw grenades at nothing, we train and do this for nothing, and that is literally how my tours were. I did all this for nothing, and that's how it seemed. That's why I liked it. I took a lot of inspiration from it. From Anthony Swofford's book. So a lot of people think it's just a movie.
Do you read books?
No. Not really. That book.
The occasional book.
I've got a few up there. I've got Tyson Fury.
Is that your selection of books?
Yeah, it's literally it.
More than mine.
Yes,
There's 4 books.
it was better than mine. Mine's probably like Mr. and Mr. Happy or something.
It's like who went
Mr.
to read the
Mr.
Harry
Tickle.
Yeah.
Mr.
You're gonna say now. Most people read like Harry Potter.
Yeah.
You should see Jess's fucking book collection, mate.
Harry Potter.
Oh, she's got all the Harry Potters, which is.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I bet she's going to be so clever when she's older. But
books are like.
Watch the film.
No, that's how I see it. No, generally, that's in my head. I'm like, why would I read it when I can watch it?
Yeah.
Because I take more from movies. Like,
my
old man used to say, if I had all my questions in my exams in movie form, I would know the answers.
Yeah, 100%.
But because I read it, I was like, don't know.
I mean, yeah, that's what I mean. Ask me a movie, I'll tell you what's happened.
Yeah.
Ask me a book, I'm like, I forgot it halfway reading the first
Romeo and Juliet, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Well, unless you saw the movie.
Unless you saw the movie. Romeo and Juliet.
No. Yeah. Romeo fucking Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah. Oh, that's terrible. But anyway.
It's actually not.
Do you think it was good?
If you actually rewatch it.
It's only because I've watched it so many times at school. It's just
at school because they're like pause, play, right. He said this at this point.
What do you think he said for this?
Yeah, if you actually watch it and understand that he's actually talking in the fucking actual Shakespearean dialect,
yeah,
and you're like, oh, that makes sense.
But what use is that in your
It's not any
No,
use.
exactly. That's what I hate.
Shakespeare stole his stuff anyway. There's a conspiracy theory.
Really?
he's not as good a writer. Not as good a writer as he made out, apparently. From all my contacts, I know that we're back there.
Yeah. made a few phone calls.
Made a few phone calls to fucking. Well, I don't even know what year he was.
Yeah, I don't know.
Elizabethan.
I was going to
times.
say something that might make me sound really stupid.
Yeah, we'll just leave it at that.
Leave it at that.
Yeah, but it's just that's literally how today is, though.
Not stupid.
No, not
Oh,
stupid.
Sorry. Yeah.
You want the information quick and fast. That's why you got Google.
Yeah,
That's
Facebook.
why you watch fucking documentaries instead of reading a book about it.
Mm.
And it's that same old thing now that I could go back to fucking 2003 or whenever it was when I took my fucking maths exam and my maths teacher said I wouldn't walk around with a calculator and go, well, here's my iPhone. So what?
Oh,
Yeah.
mate. If I was doing my GCSEs now, I'd have one of them smartwatches.
Apparently they're really good, aren't they? I mean, you can get
Every single thing, like,
you can
every
go
question.
notes, can't you? You can go notes and just go, well, I've got all my answers on my notes.
Lid does it. She does it in the kitchen. She's like, set a timer for this long. It's like, what? She's cooking food. Like,
Don't
what?
use your egg timer.
Yeah. No, well, yeah.
I literally
Not like
had,
cooking.
I had once an app,
I'll teach.
a Jamie Oliver app, egg timer app, to boil my egg.
It's 3 minutes from the
Yeah,
start boiling.
yeah.
Right?
You know, just,
Yeah, just set the timer, Sean. Fucking hell. Why have I got an app to fucking boil my egg?
I just like for 3 minutes from the boil, the water starts going like that. Is that right?
When it goes like that.
Yeah. When the,
Depending on the temperature of the egg before
going
you
back
put it
to
in
Michael Jackson.
oh, really?
there. Ah,
I didn't know that.
it changes if you've got it in room temperature.
Room temperature normal.
It changes from
Oh,
room temperature.
Jesus.
From
Do you
fridge
keep
temp-
your eggs in the fridge then?
I keep mine in the fridge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Why?
because I have fucking so many eggs.
Oh.
I don't even remember doing this, but I got my shopping today because I'm sad and didn't go to the shop to get it. I
Oh,
fucking
that-
delivered.
Yeah,
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 I'll do
delivered
it.
as well.
I thought I just ordered fucking 15 eggs. I got 30.
15 eggs?
I eat a lot of eggs,
What? How do you eat them, though?
usually scrambled
Oh, I like scrambled.
because it's quick.
Yeah.
Just fucking.
Do you have breakfast before you go to work?
No, not before I go to
No,
work.
I
Not
don't.
now. I did. Now they fuck me over.
What we're talking about?
Fuck me over. They fucked me over, mate.
Oh.
Before they changed all my shifts, so now I'm now on weird fucking 4 on 2 off shift pattern instead of fucking
Right.
Monday to Friday. I would start work about 8:30, so I would like get up, get the girls ready, Kate would take them to school, and I'd have breakfast, then get on my bike. But now,
And ride for your human shit.
shit, mate,
You did that, didn't you?
I ride through human shit.
You did, didn't you?
What was
I'm
that?
not going to say the word. Ball lane.
Yeah, it's horrible, mate.
Is it?
Don't you remember? You rode through human shit.
Oh, the fucking pikeys.
Don't say the word.
Yes, the fucking jippos, mate.
What, when they pitch up the caravans?
Yeah,
you
I
to,
went fucking spastic on them. not on them personally, because they obviously don't have a fucking Facebook account. But they're mates that fucking pick up the scrap metal in the village. I put on the village the fucking Echoes page about them being down there, and they were like, "Oh, what's the problem?" I was like, "Well, they fucking left their human shit. Who does that?" I was like, "Who does that?" And they were like, "Where are they supposed to go?" When there's fucking public toilets down the road,
Yeah.
or use the pub.
Yeah.
Why are you shitting in the fucking?
Yeah.
And
Well-
they were trying to have a go at me.
Even in the grass.
To be honest, if you're going to shit somewhere,
Like,
shit it and fling it. Not on.
Don't-
Don't leave it on a
The
path.
sand pits is over the.
don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, right? I did surveillance, so sometimes you have to fucking just dump one,
Yeah.
clean it up.
Bury it.
Do something. Don't just fucking let it just.
Don't let some poor bastard ride into work, ride through it.
No. All over me tyres.
Did it flick up?
Oh,
probably. I got to work and I was like, what's that? Oh, it's me. It's all up me fucking North Face.
No, dear.
Pricks, mate.
I was actually confused. I thought we was going on another conspiracy theory there.
Yeah.
You can do it.
Everyone looked at me like I was
Aliens.
What you
really
got? Aliens? What one? They're in the sea.
Shat on the path, you rode through it.
Nah, the aliens are in the sea.
Yeah. They're not even above us, they're below us.
To be fair, I was watching some program and it's all about I could be in the sea.
They are in the sea.
It's weird.
Fucking dolphins, mate.
We're all going on, yeah, what's up, man?
Fucking dolphins, mate.
Dolphin.
Smarter than us.
Yeah,
Here's
right,
one
yeah.
for you.
Well,
Here's one for you.
Go on.
Right. So it's not a conspiracy theory. It's just me, like, drunk talking now.
Go on. Brilliant.
They talk.
You can, before we do this, can I have some of that wine, Sean?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I don't know. There's a little bit in there.
Doesn't.
So I'm going to go full Jurassic Park on you now.
Oh, I was watching that today.
Yep. So they talk about the Velociraptor.
Yeah.
How that would be the most intelligent life that would probably take over the globe if it was still living.
Really? I
Yep.
didn't know that.
Yeah, genuinely.
Go on.
Apparently, it was as smart as a dolphin, and they would work as a team. And they were pack
Like
hunters.
Pack, yeah.
Yeah. Blah blah blah. They're supposed to. They would be the next. They would be the big thing. They'd be like us, but in fucking dinosaur form.
They'd be going to work.
Okay. Yeah. You ready for this? How do they fucking know that? How do they know that? They were wiped out like fucking 35 million years ago.
Yeah.
Yes, I get it. You do your little. Oh, there's the bone. I don't know what his brain was like. There's no brain.
Maybe it's just like the
Yeah, in the fossil.
hull.
Though. Yeah, in the fossil. No
Kind of
brain
like
though, is there?
religion, isn't it?
Oh, don't. Go for it. What you got?
The same thing. How can you prove any of it was real?
Exactly.
There's a book.
There's a
book. There's a fucking book.
Here's a fucking.
Are you religious? Come on.
No.
Are you?
No.
Actually, no. This is the source. Your mummy, didn't she?
My mum's, well, yeah, she's religious, but no, yeah, she is religious, I suppose. Yeah.
So, some people are, and do you know what? Sometimes I think I wish I was. If you look at things like, we'll take for example fighters.
Tyson Fury.
Tyson Fury. He's like, oh, thanks to God, all that. He is literally thinking God is on my side. I'm gonna fight. Where most atheists or whatever you want to say are like, well, it's just down to me. I'd love to like lose or win and go, wasn't that to me, was it? It's fucking God's path.
Yeah, and not be scared of dying. I suppose.
Yeah.
Some of them aren't scared of dying because they think they're gonna.
Vikings.
I said that to Jess, my eldest, right? No word of a lie. She came back after doing fucking PCSE or whatever, RE or whatever she was doing. She came back.
What's it called now? PCS?
Oh no, I was fucking saying acronyms. wasn't I?
I thought it was like a transgender one or something.
Probably LGBTQI plus.
Don't dead name them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not allowed to.
Insulate
banned for
Britain.
life. But she came in. She was talking about like Hinduism and fucking Muslims and Christians, and she was going off on fucking tangents in religion. And I went, "It's not what Odin said." She was like, "What?" Odin knows, mate. She was like, "What are you on about?" I'm like, he's the All Father. He knows everything.
Yeah.
He took his eye and fucking ripped it out of his head, gave it to the fucking tree so that he could know all knowledge. He is the All Father.
That's it.
And she's like, "What are you talking about?" I went, "You all
And then you got Ragnarok when the big wolf comes
Yeah.
and eats the world or something. Isn't it?
Ragnarok is when Fenrir, which is Loki's son, which is a wolf.
Yeah.
You guys have lost me.
Yeah.
Proper lost me.
He yeah.
Who's ringing your mate?
Oh, that's good.
That would be the long-haired colonel, mate.
Hello?
Oh, just answer it. while
You're
it's
on the
there.
podcast.
Yeah, yeah.
On the podcast now. It's rude. isn't
Sorry,
it?
why? What's up?
We have to edit this bit out.
Do you want me to pause it or?
Oh yeah, I'm still at the podcast.
He's still on the podcast. We're recording right now.
Technically still on it, yeah.
Yeah, Mazel Tov. You're part of it.
Uh-huh.
That's Jewish.
Bye, bye,
That's
bye.
Yiddish, that is.
Why she ring me? That's mental. She never rings me.
Well, she just did. She's worried, mate.
Right.
But anyway,
I think
right.
that's
So
why
long story short,
you've kept us here.
we
too
were. I kept you here for so long.
long.
It's
No,
like
no,
it's like 11:15.
it's good
This is
enough.
amazing. But
How are you going to edit this one?
I'm not going to edit it. I never edit it. So, long story short, we were going on holiday to Malta, Stannard, and it would have been 2018, whenever it was. But there was a massive thunderstorm, like massive torrential rain, fucking lightning, fucking a lot. Jess was quite worried. I went, "What are you worried about?" She was like, "What, Daddy? It's scary." I went, "It's just Thor having a good time up there. He is loving life. He is banging on his fucking drum with his fucking hammer. He's sending lightning bolts in the air. He's having a great time. He's drinking mead." And she was like, "What are you on about?" I went, "Thor, the god of lightning and thunder."
Could be.
And she was like,
Ari.
"Yeah." And she was like, "What?" I went, "He's the same as your god, not real."
And there it is.
And see. Mic drop. I love all that. I like it on Facebook. I say some fucking brilliant things on Facebook. Facebook is brilliant for me. Kate hates it because I comment on everything. She literally goes, "You're like your mum." I'm like, "Yeah, but my mum has no idea what she's talking about half the time." Oh, and I'm having a great time trolling people. That's a good troll, not people that are trying to bet themselves. Idiots.
Yeah.
Troll idiots. Like I've seen recently, you know those ones on Facebook that they'll put like a question out there to try and get your information out. For example,
Go on.
one
I'm
was
lost.
if you went to prison and your out date was today, and that is your eldest daughter's birthday or eldest child's birthday, what would that be? So what they're looking for is basically your PIN number.
Right.
Not
That's
private
what-
information sort of thing.
Yeah, private information sort of post. It's like on a stupid group that people follow. And the amount of people that have put like 20th of December. So it'd be like, oh, so that would be 2012. That would be your PIN number.
Yeah.
So I'm going to look for your fucking. And then they'll like dig. And I'll comment on that and I'll put something like, if you're an idiot that is commenting on this, you're the same sort of twat that has bought all the toilet paper.
Yeah.
You're the same person. You're the same person, and the reason why we have fucking
Fuel shortages.
no, even that. But we're the reasons why we have labels on bleach that says "Do not drink."
Yeah.
Perhaps you shouldn't have those labels, and then we'd get
Donald
rid of
Trump.
all these fucking dickheads.
Yeah. It's like survival of the fittest, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you think, oh, I'll drink this cleaning solution, then goodbye.
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 That was really subtle. Goodbye.
I'm just you dead.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You dead.
Survival of the fittest, isn't it?
There's mistakes.
That's exactly what it is.
And
But there's loads of
stupid.
things like that.
I like the one.
To be fair though, I did have to delete a comment that I put on the other week. Also, I also got banned from Facebook for a
You
day
did.
because I used the word cunt. Wasn't even at someone. I didn't say you're a cunt,
No.
or in terms of their harassment and bullying. I wasn't saying this person is a cunt or you're a cunt. It was literally like in free flowing conversation,
Cunt.
text speak, cunt. It's like you've been banned for 24 hours because you use this. It's like, fuck you.
Can't.
Who are you? You went offline for fucking a day.
I did.
You
And what?
cunt. But yeah, that's what. But yeah, I did have to delete one the other day. It was a it was me trying to be funny, but when I look back at it, I was like, not really being funny now. It was funny that people got triggered by it, but I was like,
I love that word, triggered.
I can't really be bothered. So, a guest posted a thing, and it was a skit from BBC iPlayer or something like that. Of it was a rape culture thing. So they put a paper down, and it had a lady with some rather large breasts in a very skimpy shirt, and it said something about something, and she was like, "Oh, she get that because she's asking for it because of what she's wearing." And there's a group of 3 girls next to her, and she goes, "Oh, really? Perhaps you should try that in all things." And there was a bit where she jumps up on the table. She's wearing a suit, a pantsuit, so trousers.
I actually think I've seen something similar.
Yeah, so she's wearing a jacket, red jacket, white t-shirt, trousers. So she looks smart, but she had trainers on. She goes, "I want this fucking job. I deserve this promotion." And she jumps off, and the bloke goes, "You don't even work here." That's the thing. And she's like, "Well, I asked for it." Playing back to the thing with the rape culture.
Yeah.
And I put, "Well, I wouldn't give her the job anyway. She's wearing trainers." Right? Making a joke about it because as a manager of a site, like the first impression and things like that is important. So I had a bloke that came for an interview once, and he was wearing like jeans and a t-shirt. And I went, "Well, I ain't giving you a job because you can't be bothered to wear a suit to come and see me."
Yeah.
That's just how in my opinion. So I put, thinking I'm funny, probably wasn't being funny because you know how sensitive people get.
Of course, yeah.
I put,
Charles.
it wasn't even a funny thing that I put really. I put, "Well, she obviously won't get the promotion because she's wearing Converse with a fucking suit jacket."
Yeah.
And then it was like, "What's that got to do with it?" And it was like, boom, 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 all women, boom, 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 having a go. And I was like, ah. And then one person didn't even like comment on the comment. She commented in like the general comments, if that makes sense. But then added me at the bottom. And it was like, "Oh, he's put, in my opinion, something else." And it was like, "This is a trigger for all blah blah blah." It's just like going off on one edge, but typical misogynistic view of a man. And I was like, that wasn't my point. I was trying to be funny. And then I was about to type, and I put the @ sign for this person, and it put, "This person does not allow comments." And I put, "What's the fucking point?"
Yeah.
Deleted that comment. I was like, it was funny for me, but obviously I've triggered too many women, and
That's the fun of it, though.
Right, this is a massive thing. Right? Yeah, that is. Again, going back to the thing, taking offence is personal.
Of course,
yeah. Obviously, us 3 here, we've had a bit of a laugh and a joke. We've had a few wines and whiskies and beers. We're not the type of people that go out and rape. Yes, we've had a little joke. A lot of people go, "Oh, you can't laugh at things like that." Yes, you can. If you can.
Because we're not going to do it.
Yeah, if you can, then what? But anyway, so where was I going for that?
I don't know, I reckon too drunk.
Probably. I was going with something and it's gone out of my head. I've done that again. I did that earlier, didn't I?
Yeah, and you still don't remember that one.
But I'm pretty sure Jimmy Carr said something similar to what you're probably going to say. It's like, he said something about like humour isn't supposed to be like when it's not serious. Humour is supposed to be when it's serious, to take light of things when it is serious.
Yeah.
So like when it's like something that's terrible, you need to have a laugh, because otherwise all you're going to do is think about the terrible.
Yeah.
That was something he was saying, and I was like, actually, no, that makes sense, because he does say some dark jokes.
Yeah, he does.
But like that's taking light of things that are probably that you shouldn't take.
Not meaning it, is it?
No, it's just having banter, because what else are you going to do about it?
Yeah.
You've got to have laugh about something, ain't you? That's what he was saying.
But they take malice into everything that you say these days. And that's the thing. It's like,
You can't say anything.
No.
it's like I'm not.
Why bother?
You're brave doing a podcast.
Yeah, of course.
You could be on the news tomorrow.
Could be on. Have you seen this guy doing a podcast?
Said something about transgenders and shit.
Yeah. We can talk about transgenders if you want.
Okay.
Because
Let's
I ain't got a problem.
skip past that one.
No, I haven't got a problem with transgenders or transsexuals or whatever they want.
Oh, fucking brilliant. Can't believe that.
Yeah, well,
What time are you pricks up in the morning then?
About 7:30. What time are you on?
The alarm will go off at 6.
We won't get up.
I'll get up until about 7. 10 past 7, something like that.
yeah.
Then you got to
Yeah,
go
about
get
then.
2 creatures up and go, oi, get up. I've got to make that lunch.
I'm definitely going to be late tomorrow. Let's put it that way.
Oh, that's good.
But who's going to tell me off? No one.
You can tell yourself off.
Tell me
You can give yourself a good telling off if you want it.
I might go and watch Rocky 2. Don't know.
Rocky 2?
Well, now.
I watched Rocky 1 earlier.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so I might watch Rocky 2.
Do
Don't
you,
know.
know what I watched recently?
What?
I watched the Halloween movies.
Oh, yes, I've watched that one, you know.
I watched Halloween 1
So bad.
and then Halloween 2, and I was like, why was I ever afraid of this movie?
Yeah, so bad acting.
The
Terrible.
acting shit. It's not even scary for a
No.
start. And the missus was like, Is it not scary? And I went, you know when he's coming because they put the fucking music there. Yeah. It's like,
Oh, okay.
it's like, oh, here he comes. Walking really slowly.
I can't think what they done
Nah,
the
it's
other day, but I was
been-
just like, I'm pretty sure like that was it. There was like some nutter that jumped on top of the car. So she opens the window and you're like,
Yes. No, he does jump on the thing and he's trying to get in and she's going, ah!
yeah,
You know,
He opens the window.
yeah. She opens the
Yeah.
window and he just like grabs her face and pulls her out of the car. And you're like, why
oh,
would you open the window?
there's a lot of it and I was like, oh, fuck off, will you?
Yeah, I'm still going to go watch the new one out.
Yeah, probably. He says that he shoots him 6 times.
Mm.
Do you know what's annoying? Is the fact that I pick up on these stupid things. He shot him 7 times. That annoyed me.
Because the revolver only had 6 shots.
Yeah. And the fact that the second one's supposed to pick up from the first one, and he doesn't see the body. On the first one, he sees the body from the balcony, and he's like, oh, he's there. Then the second one, he's walking out on the grass, and it's supposed to be mid fucking autumn, or the end of autumn, or whatever it is for Halloween, and it's like perfectly like spring grass, and there's no leaves or
To be
anything.
fair, I didn't pick it on that point.
Yeah, don't need to. It's just how my fucking stupid brain works.
The one that annoyed me is when they exploded the oxygen in the hospital and they all blew up, but the doctor bloke, only had like a little scar on his
Yeah,
face,
fuck it.
and he's still alive. You're like, how does that work?
He's like, fuck this shit. And it's like, also, stop shooting him in the body. If you know he's going to get up, pop him in the fucking head.
Yeah, when he's laying down, just like
Yeah, he's laying down. He's dead. Shoot. There you go. He's
Zombie
dead.
Land, isn't it? Double tap.
You got a double tap.
Double tap. You got to learn the
It's a
rules.
fucking brilliant movie. That.
Mm.
I like Zombie Land.
Yeah. The second one was good as well.
Yeah,
Normally, I like the second one so much, but that was good.
that was alright, wasn't it?
Yeah, I like that one.
I didn't like how they killed old Bill Murray. Though.
No.
I was a bit upset by that.
Yeah, to be fair, it was.
But also, you thought he was a zombie, so you definitely would
Yeah.
shoot him
Yeah, definitely not sure.
right in the face.
Well, I mean, if you're in a zombie apocalypse and someone's dressed up as a zombie, I mean,
I'd like to think I would survive in a zombie apocalypse. Those 3 in there would definitely be dead.
I wouldn't last.
I've always said I'd go Asda. I'd go top floor of Asda, set the you got the belt that comes up. What are they called? Escalator things. I'd set them on the reverse, like on a bit of a high speed, so the zombies couldn't get up them because it'd be propelling them backwards. I'd just set up in Asda
Oh, that's fun.
I've never thought of that.
because you got food, you got films.
To be fair, upstairs never is like
Beds.
DVDs and shit.
Yeah, you got Xboxes.
No,
got,
but you
like,
haven't got no
everything.
food. So you got DVDs and no
No,
food.
but you got all food downstairs.
Well, if it's too many of them, you can't get downstairs.
No, you'd get downstairs. That's got like a little mission.
There's a lift.
I have to disable the lift in case a zombie got up.
You wouldn't know. You just take a shit and he's dead.
I thought that was always a good
Do
plan.
you know the Americans, like, you can actually go on, like, the Gerber website. You probably do it now. And get a zombie apocalypse kit from Gerber.
Really? What comes in it?
You know Gerber, don't you?
No.
The knife thing. Sponsors fucking Bear Grylls.
Oh, okay,
Yeah. So,
Sponsors Bear Grylls.
yeah, Gerber does, yeah. It's a big fucking outdoor company, Gerber. So they do knives, fucking everything. But you can get a zombie apocalypse kit. So it comes in a bag. You open the bag over, it's got like fucking hatchets, fucking axes, knives, like
And
combi
start
tools. So it's like a
throwing shit.
knife, fucking slash, fucking I don't know, fucking pliers on it. Like a Swiss Army knife, but a
Yeah.
cool one.
Yeah.
And you'd have all that in a fucking bag. You just go for it.
Sweet.
That'd be alright. Got a nice one.
Right. I've got a few little things out. Nothing.
Nothing
quite as, nothing quite as cool as that.
It's a strange one though, isn't it? Because you see all these programs, and you're like, I can survive that. Then you're like,
definitely
could I
couldn't.
I would live in a fucking bush somewhere.
Cardio.
Can't
Lock
hear.
myself
Double tap.
somewhere.
I reckon that is actually survival right there.
Oh,
if you,
yeah.
If you
You
abide
got
by
to
them
double
rules,
tap. If
yeah.
You've got to fucking
Seatbelt, make sure you wear that.
Double tap and go upstairs in Asda.
Yes, I guess double tap.
Don't know. There you go. Don't know if he's going to come back up.
They kill someone, they double tap.
Do they? Didn't like that.
Tap up. Dead.
John Wick style.
Yeah.
John Wick double
Fucking
taps
knows his
everyone.
shit. Fucking Keanu Reeves knows his shit.
I see him on the old gun course. He's like,
Yeah, if you watch him on that gun course,
mm.
he knows his shit, mate. That's fucking good drills. Other good drills, Dave. Have you seen it? The new James Bond.
Haven't seen it yet.
Good drills on that.
No, I haven't seen that. Was it a new film he's on that?
Yeah, the new film. Really, like, in terms of technical fucking gun drills,
Really?
clearing fucking rooms and all that, and the way they done it. You know, like typical movies, like you think, oh, they're just going to keep fucking firing. Like, he'll run out of ammo and go, fuck, I've run out of ammo. Pick up another one, then he'll pull the magazine out. Oh, I've got ammo. But most times they just pick up and just go. It's like,
Yeah.
how do you know that's what fucking ammo?
Yeah.
You fucking idiot.
Like 2 shots.
Stop it.
Is it a good film?
Yeah, really good film.
Is it?
Yeah. So spoil it.
No.
I'm
Actually, I don't.
No, not on that film.
not going to spoil it. I saw your brother and your mum went on a nice little trip to it. You not get invited to those?
Nope.
It's rude, isn't it? Wait,
I'm the outcast, aren't I?
you're the black sheep.
No.
Is that because your
Ugly duckling.
is that because your brain isn't
Mastermind.
mastermind size?
That's the mind. I've got hair.
And you got hair. Liam losing his hair.
Mm.
Yeah.
He's a bit younger, isn't he? So
He's on his way.
couple of years, he'd be like,
He
Adam.
is.
I keep saying that to Reese. Go careful with all your haircuts, mate.
Mind you, Mark's got hair, hasn't he?
Yeah, I wouldn't call it hair. He knows. Your granddad's still holding on to his though, isn't he?
He is.
He's a lad.
He's got more hair than Adam.
Your granddad's brilliant. He is brilliant.
Diamond.
He's an actual diamond.
Diamond with Nan as well, isn't he? So,
Yeah.
simple as.
We were talking about that to Jess earlier. It's a fucking horrible disease, mate. It really fucking is. You know, the first time they actually thought about it, and after they then discovered and took her to get the doctors, was at our wedding.
What was it?
Yeah. She didn't recognise Alison's dad.
All right.
So obviously they'd met, loads of times. And Brian, which is Alison's dad, God rest his soul, came over and was like, "Oh, how you doing, Brenda? How you doing, Bill?" And all that, and having a conversation. And she was like, "Who are you?"
Yeah, I didn't know. Yeah. It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's horrible.
But the mad thing is, it's how strange each person's version of it is. Like your great granddad Bill, I mean.
Yeah.
He was shit, but he was also not shit, if that makes sense.
Yeah, he knew who certain people were.
He knew who certain people were, and he could go about his normal day until like the end, unfortunately. For example, like we were talking about to Jess earlier, like he used to love when Jess would go round because Jess would pick the nose of the horses' heads.
Yeah.
On the wall.
Yeah.
She'd go and think it was an actual horse and try and pick its nose. And he would find that hilarious. And when I used to go around, funny enough, he used to think I was you. Don't know how he got that mixed up. I'm 5'6" and you're like 6'6".
Yeah.
And there's like a foot difference.
The only main thing I remember of him like with the dementia side of things, he was just the newspaper.
Yeah.
He used to read newspaper all day.
And the other thing was, if you got him talking on something that he remembers, like he would remember the buses.
Yeah.
Bus routes and the military, and talk to him about that. And he would know that.
Yeah,
and it was only in the short term, you'd just forget that he'd already told you that.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Like Kate was telling me a fucking hilarious story about him. Once they went round and he he got himself dressed, but he put his jumper on his legs. So he put his jumper on, but he was like, "Why are my trousers falling down?" So he put 3 belts on to keep his trousers up. But he managed to get downstairs.
Yeah.
I would have fallen down the stairs.
Yeah.
But he managed to do all that, and Kate was talking. He was like, but then there's that version of Alzheimer's where it's like, it's not funny, but it is funny.
Yeah, you have to go along with that.
Yeah, of course.
Like, we always done that with my other nan as well, mum's side. They always said like we'd go along with it.
Yeah, like certain
makes
things
them
are quite funny.
Mm.
Like, oh, you've already said that, but it's funny, so you can say it again. It's not a problem. But like the way your nan is, it's like that. It's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Because I remember, like, when I first met you lot and your nan, she was like the focal point. Was
Queen.
Your nan. She's the queen of the Stannard.
Yeah.
She's brilliant. Your nan, I remember we were going to see Thriller at somewhere in London, part of Mark's fucking tickets. And I was ironing my shirt. Bearing in mind, I'm in the military. I know I don't iron the shirt, by the way. She was going, "You're doing that wrong." And she was like picking me up on my iron and my shirt. And I was like, fucking render, it's my shirt. You can iron it if you want. I don't mind. But she's the queen of the Stannards. And it was always, you'd go around your nan and granddad's and you'd be like, "Do you want a biscuit or a sandwich?"
You can never say no.
You can never say no, especially to your nan. If your nan asked you, I'd be like, "Yeah, I'll have."
You got it, you ain't got no choice.
Because she would just keep asking.
Well, it was, yeah.
But it is heartbreaking because, like, especially for you, it'd be completely different. There's actually your family, but for me,
Seeing it, yeah.
Seeing the deterioration and the fact that I'm that close now to your family, but going back to family now, but I was like, it's sad because she's like my nan. Like when I would go around on like a Friday after circuit training with Mark, I'd literally go, "You right, Bill? You right, Nan?" I wouldn't call her Brenda.
Yeah, it's it, yeah.
It's Nan.
Yeah.
It's
got to be even worse for like dad and stuff.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, dad.
That's their mum, though, isn't it?
Yeah. That's like me, not that my mum not know who I am.
Yeah.
That's just oh man, it'd be horrible, isn't it?
Oh, 100%. I think your nan knows. Like,
she knows. I think she gets confused, which then she don't.
She always did get confused.
What's that?
She always did get confused.
Yeah.
For me, I've always known her to say all the boys' names before she got to the right one.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Not that she got confused, but you know what.
Fucking hell, Dad does that now.
Yeah.
And Mum, like Adam, Jordan. Liam.
But it's
oh, fucking Jordan, you guys.
Yeah. Jordan. Yeah. But yeah, it's hard, mate. And I'm supposed to be going up to see my nan on next weekend. I think I'm off all weekend. My nan's is a crazy one. I think I might have told you before. My nan got diagnosed. It would have been about 5 years ago now, maybe even longer. She was diagnosed with breast and bone cancer.
Shit.
That was like 6 years ago. They told her she had 3 weeks to live.
She's doing all right then. Fucking hell.
We all literally did it's like a standard thing. We all went. We all went at separate times to go and see her because we thought it was the fucking end. And I was sat there. She's always had this thing with me because I was in the military. I took after Dad. I took after my granddad. I wouldn't say I was the favourite, but every time she sees me, she always ends up fucking crying. It's like chill out, have a little hug. I went to go and see her, and she was always, the way we described her, she was like Mrs. Doubtfire. She looks like Mrs. Doubtfire, and she always was. She was very quite physical. She lived in a townhouse, so she was always up and down the stairs. When we saw her when she was diagnosed, she was literally in a fucking hospital bed, looking really frail, pumped full of drugs. And it was horrible. And I've never seen her like that. And I walked in there, gave her a hug, having a chat with her, and she looked at me and she went, "Sean?" I was like, "Yeah." She went, "I'm not ready to go yet." And I was like, "All right." Thinking, well, the doctor said like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6 years later, she's now 90 something. Yeah, seriously, you just think she was an old person now.
Yeah.
She walks around with a little Zimmer frame.
It's incredible, really, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's going back to conspiracy theories. She refused to take any sort of other medication, any chemo or anything like that.
Yeah.
She went, "Not ready." So
do you need it?
Perhaps more people need to do that sort of thing. But then again, it also depends on your mindset, really, I guess. Maybe.
I have a friend who does my tattoos and stuff. He does like all these kids don't have any jabs, nothing. And they don't get me wrong, they get the colds and stuff. They don't have nowhere near as long as other people.
Yeah.
But that's what he says. I don't know how true it is.
Yeah, but with that sort of thing, I sort of semi-agree with that. Certain inoculations, go with that term, sort of vaccine.
You lost me there, mate. That's a big word.
That's like the normal things you get. Like you had the BCG to get rid of TB and all that sort of stuff. That sort of stuff, I agree, because things like smallpox has been eradicated. It's not there anymore because we created a vaccine for it, which is what always confuses me about certain anti-vaxxers. But then I also agree with the let kids mix with kids and eat fucking mud.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Build the immune system.
And you build your immune system. The reason why so many people are getting sick was because we were in the house all day.
Definitely.
In those fucking lockdowns. When you mix with people, yeah, you pick up germs. What do you fucking do? That's what we're supposed to do.
Yeah, it's different when you talk to people of older generations. My granddad's like he's lived through obviously all the different vaccines and everything. He's like, definitely do it because of he's seen people that didn't have vaccines at the time and whatever happens after that.
That's another thing as well. Me and Kate both were like, well, we'll get the vaccine because I want to see like your nan and granddad. I want to see her other nan and granddad. I want to see my nan and granddad. If I don't get it and I have got it and I pass it on, it'll be even stronger than.
You do other people.
It's the unselfish thing. You don't do it for yourself. You do it for other people.
That's it. Yeah, you don't pass it on, do you? Definitely not.
So we're fucking living the dream, aren't we?
Fucking hell.
We're living the dream.
12. You got some editing to do on this.
I've got one bit of editing to do.
You might have a few.
Why would you say that, Jordan?
Still brilliant now.
Oh, brilliant.
You said just to relax and be yourself. So.
That's good. Just wheel it in a
That's
little
not
bit.
myself.
It's not yourself. It's all good, mate. It's all good.
That was funny.
I think, like, 14 hours time, mate. We're kicking a football. They'll win tomorrow. Who you got? Bottom of the league.
Don't know. Nah, top, I think. Bit wrong.
Top.
No, I think they're second. I don't know. 740 kick off.
7:40. I'm on it. I'm on it.
Yeah.
And this will be really boring for other people. But attackingly, whatever.
We'll go.
We're all right. No offense, because I know you play in defense, but you actually do a good job.
We'll try.
It's the other, whether it's your brother or Jack or whoever else is in that defensive role, they tend to just mark space.
Yeah.
They just sort of stand there, and you're like.
See, I think Adam's really good at 6
Adam,
aside.
in the first game we played last week, did really well because he was actually talking.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because he heard me shouting. You fucking Lee West me went, "You gonna be the manager?" I was like, "Get me a waistcoat and I'll do it." But if you're talking along the back line, it works. So, for example, say he's come around my back and come towards you, and I say, "Sam, he's gone to your fucking right shoulder. You mark him, I'll mark this guy." If you guys are talking and they're moving about,
Yeah, it works.
it works. It's when you stop talking and you get someone, no offense, Jack, but Jack, who doesn't really, he talks a big one, but when you put him on the football pitch, he won't talk. I've never heard Jack open his mouth when he's
He
playing
goes
football.
Just got a bit quiet.
And he'll just stand there and just mark a bit of space. It's like you can't in 6-a-side, 5-a-side, you can't just mark space.
You could
Which
if you wanted to go man marking, couldn't you?
Yeah, but that's what Matt used to do when Matt used to play 5-a-side. You mark if everybody picks a man, and then that man scores. That's your fault.
Yeah,
not the team's fault. It's your fault. But also sometimes you need to do the bit of zonal marking, you might say. But in terms of communication, if you pass a man on, which is what I was trying to say to Ollie the other fucking week when he went spastic at me like a fucking moron. And I was saying, you've got to move up and mark him. I'm marking this fucking bloke here. And then he's fucking having a go at me for not running. It's like, well, my fucking man's here. Your man's over there, you fucking nerd. You fucking having a go at me and you tell me not to run. Your man has just ran past you and scored, you belly. You're the one playing fucking right midfield, as it were. And your man's just... But even then, if he's run past you, just call the man over.
Yeah.
And then it all moves.
Yeah. Actually, the last few games we have gone a bit quiet. Before that,
that's because you're too busy knackered fighting everyone.
We was more vocal. We was a lot more vocal.
We'll get there.
It's a work in progress, and we've just done a full fucking reverse there from where we fucking first started. Look at that.
Back to the start.
Back to the start, and I think that's probably about time, isn't it?
We've got to be in it.
That is, it's now 10 to 12.
How long has that been?
I don't know. Probably about 3 hours, isn't it?
3? But you can't.
8:30. Well, not still on 8:30, was it?
It wasn't dead on though. We had a break.
What are you going to do? Put the whole lot up, or you can cut bits out?
No, I'll put a whole lot out, apart from one bit, which I'll snip. I'll just snip that. It'll go, yeah, I'm talking about this there. Laughing. And everyone's going to go, why are they laughing?